Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
I can do this here. Set. I'm so smart. I'm honestly.
You're learned.
I am this is a house of learned doctors. Sorry, my mic or my headphone thing was changed again, but thanks to I think it was Kyle Ledbetter show. And your mic is squeaky. You got a squeaky shaft, friend. Good morning.
Morning.
Are you on goofball pills or something?
Oh, a little bit. Carmichael Dave, Chris Verlad, and the subject of part of celebrity birthdays on Friday, Jason Ross. What a sneaky little sneakerton. Sneaks out on Tom Mley's retirement day.
Never liked him.
Sneaks out on his birthday. We had a whole
Never
week.
liked him.
Actually had, for the second time in the history of this station, we actually had a circus and petting zoo in the parking lot, all set up for your birthday. It was fun. It's just weird without you. Dunk tank. We put Bill Louie, our sales.
We brought our old boss back for the dunk tank, and you missed it.
Well, what you guys didn't know is
I somehow spent $300 on balls to throw at it.
Yeah, he did. What did we not know?
I was dressed up as one of the animals.
Ah,
The joke's on you.
You sneaky little Jason. I know,
Yeah.
stuff, but like, how was your birthday?
It was terrific.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
Awesome.
It was wonderful. Wonderful day. Yeah. I had to go to Southern California for a celebration of life. So that wasn't the ideal part, but inside that also, there were a lot of people that I had not seen since I was a young little Jason.
Oh,
And that was actually kind of amazing.
that is pretty cool.
And it was to the point, like, you had this, I'm sure, growing up. It's like when you probably saw a family member when you were 6 to 10 to
Yes.
12. And then the next time they saw you, like, whoa, I remember you when you were.
Yes.
And I got a lot of that. And I'm like, wow, that was like 40 years ago.
It's really, there's nothing like that,
So to them, I was still like
Yeah.
8-year-old Jason
which makes you, there's nothing,
You still giving pop rocks to dogs, Jason?
daily.
it makes you feel young.
Yes.
It makes you instantly go back to little kid.
Well, and then those that I was now talking to, also in my mind, when you're, anywhere between 6 and 10, anyone 30 and above seemed like they were 400.
Yes.
But then I realized, whoa, some of these folks are in their 80s.
yes.
And that also seemed a bit odd for me because they couldn't be that old.
No chance. How could they possibly be that old?
Because in my mind, they were in their 30s or 40s.
Right. That's
Yeah.
it. That's how you remember them.
Yeah.
My, as you know, my aunt passed away a couple weeks ago, and we have a thread for the cousins. And they've been, one of our cousins, my Aunt Cookie, has a treasure trove of like family pictures from babies on up, and just getting those sent in that thread. You're 100% right. It just throws you back, and it's nice to feel little again.
Yeah.
But then you have to pay bills.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
Those
good.
Pesky bills. How was Friday?
Actually, okay. It turned out great, considering how it started.
Oh, yeah. How it began. How it
Yeah,
ended.
I can't even remember the last time I did this, but blew through my alarm Friday morning. It was one of those nights. Well, full disclosure, I already told Jason all this on the phone, but we'll relive it. So, one of those nights where I get up at 1:30, 2:30, 2:40. I get, alarm goes off at 3:30. So I remember very specifically getting up at like 3:15, or just opening my eyes and being like, I'm taking this last 15 minutes. I take the last 15 minutes. Turns out it was the last 2.5. I wake up and I look at the clock. It's 5:15, which is usually about 10 minutes from when I total, dude. And you write your show the night before. I write my show in the morning, or my half, your half, my half. And I'm like,
my half wasn't there.
Your half was not there. My half wasn't there. Also, there was I think there was no basketball the night before. Giants and A's were both off. I'm like, really, dude? Like, of all the freaking mornings. So I call Chris. I'm like, here's the leading off, and we got to replay something so I can, we replayed an interview from Whitey and Kyle, and Chris was nice enough to do 3 from, I think he did 3 for Madness and Safer Out, or at least one of the two, and ended up being okay. There was some storytelling, there was some history of, one of those shows.
Bring Tom in?
Brought Tom in, talked to him. He's like, I gotta be quick. I'm like, bro, what are they gonna fire you? Like, stay as long as you want. We talked to Tom, said our goodbyes to him. As a matter of fact, I gotta call him here shortly. That's my bit. I'm not stopping. I'm like, dude, are you still coming in to make coffee? Yeah. I thought a lot about whether or not I want to have this conversation, because if you follow radio rules, this is 100% not a conversation I should be having. But I have always, as of you, in my entire career, I have always said I'm always going to be honest about anything I endorse. Either I have to use it personally, or I have to know people that use it personally, and then I have to talk about it. So I think last week I started that usually every spring, right around Memorial Day, I do something for our good friends at Amy Ace Hardware, who are amazing. And I know the owner, Brian, and his whole family are phenomenal.
Have you met Amy?
I've not met Amy, no. I keep missing her at different stores.
Happens a lot.
So over the years, I've acquired barbecues and different things that I use around the house, lawn furniture, all kinds of stuff from Amy. It's where I go regardless. Family owned, family operated. I know I'm doing a bit for him. I'm also leading up to something here. But my Achilles heel I got last year, you'll remember, was I got a brand new outdoor pizza oven. Mm-hmm. This thing is top of the pops, man. It's by a company named Gosney. It's propane fueled. That sucker gets up to I can get up to 900 degrees. And it's like one of the best pizza ovens. It's really, really cool. And in my mind, there's, other than barbecuing itself, there's very few cool dad things to do than to do pizza outdoor, nice day, kids are frolicking, whatever. So my kids had a band trip to Great America on Saturday.
That's still open?
Apparently.
Wow.
And so Melissa had a girls' weekend out of town. And so it was just me picking up the kids at 9 p.m. on their little bus that goes back to the school. And I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I know they're always hungry at the end of these things. They haven't eaten in hours. They're starving. They're going to get home 9:30, 10 o'clock. You know what I'm going to do? I went and earlier in the day, I went out and I got the dough they sell at the store, pre-made dough. I got the pepperoni, I made 2 different types of pizzas, cut up all the stuff, mushrooms, veggies, all that, for that. Got 2 different sauces, red sauce, Alfredo sauce, different pizzas. I was really trying to do a dad thing, right? So they come, we get in a car. Guys, you hungry? Yeah. I said, well, guess what? Got these pizzas ready to go. As soon as we get home, I'll pop them in the oven. Let's do it.
Daddy's
oh, my God,
hero.
Daddy, you're the best. Yeah. Oh, my gosh, this is so great. I'm not going to college. I'm staying here. I'm going to watch movies with you forever, said Avery in my brain.
Yeah.
Get home. First problem is I get these dough balls. I follow all the instructions. I've probably watched 5 hours, no joke, of YouTube videos on how to turn a dough ball into a beautiful circular pizza crust. Yep. I do the steering wheel. Well, I start and I press out, have you press out to make the crust, whatever. Then you pick it up, the circle, and you do with the steering wheel where gravity, which I've seen how to do. So I do the steering wheel then I do the flippity floppity flu, throw it up in the air. Anyways, even a roller. I have yet to get anything other than basically what's best described as a trapezoid pizza crust shape.
Yeah.
And then if I stretch it any more, holes starts ripping.
Would you like to feel better? I worked for years at a pizza place. Same thing.
How do they do it, dude? So
some people have it, some people don't.
So I have a pizza. Oh, what's it called? Not the it's a giant
paddle.
But it's called something else. The pizza paddle is called something else. Whatever it is, the big giant paddle that you put underneath the pizza and then you put it in the oven. You know, I have a cool one of those that came with it, right? But to make sure it doesn't stick, what you do is not only do you flour up the bottom of the pizza dough, but you put semolina flour. It's like a yellowish flour. If you ever next time you get something from pizza place, you'll notice this little yellow sand underneath the piece of pizza you pick up. That's semolina flour to keep it from sticking. I put the semolina flour on the pizza spatula, and then I put it underneath the thingy. So pizza's oven's fired up and ready to go. Grab the pizza. I go outside. Doggies are following me, hoping for something. And I go and I put it in the oven and I go to slide it off. It's not sliding off. It's just not sliding off. So I'm like trying to like wiggle, shake, this, that, whatever, nothing. And then finally I go, you know what? I just need it. So I just kind of to slide it off. All the toppings fly off the pizza and end up in the back of the oven, right? And then now I'm getting frustrated. So I'm trying to like reach my finger. I go and literally reach my finger and thumb.
Throw the cartridge
to kind of help you. And then I go, oh, it's at 800 degrees in there. Probably not smart to put my hand in there. Finally, I'm trying to shake it off. What ends up happening, it finally unsticks and the front of the pizza folds over the back of the pizza with these toppings in the back that are burning and smoke is coming out of this thing.
So you made calzone.
Calzone with no fillings. So I reach the spatula in there, just whoosh, try to grab as much as I can, garbage can, go back in. I got another pizza, though. I got another pizza. I go back in, semolina flour, this, that. No problem. I even kind of shake it a little bit. It's sliding. It's sliding around.
So you're in good shape.
I'm in good shape. And on top of that, I put a little cheese on top of the I'm thinking, you know what, the cheese will kind of help maybe weigh it down just a little bit enough. I'm going to be good here. And I take a couple paper towels and I kind of not smush, but just pat down the toppings. I'm prepared, dude. And I go, you know what? I'm just going to do it all in one fell swoop. Go in there. I'm sliding it while I'm going outside. It is moving around the pizza spatula. I go in, drop it in. Literally the exact same happened. All the toppings came out, flew in the back. So what I did at about 10:45 Saturday night, so wooden handle, pizza spatula, okay? I go, toppings are in the back. Dough is all awry. So what I did is I thought the best possible decision to make at that moment is I took the pizza spatula and I just started beating holy crap out of the hole. I just bam, just started beating the hell out of this pizza oven. I'm getting fired up.
Go?
It didn't work. It didn't fix anything.
How did it fix you? Did it help you?
It honestly did. It did.
Look, I found the place your life is going, in the garbage.
I sent you guys a picture over the week. Here's this crazy guy in the backyard at 11 o'clock almost on a Saturday night. You ever see Office Space with the printer? That's basically what I was doing. Now, it's fine. Although it's still in the same spot with the pizza thing. I haven't touched it. I shoved the pizza peel into the thing. I just shoved it in there and left it. Freaking turned off the gas, went inside, went, well, leftovers, kids. Here we go. And we ended up having a bevy of a burrito, some McNuggets, some, whatever we had in the freezer. It actually turned out fine. I need a class. Obviously, some people have success with this, right? But I'm good in the kitchen. I'm really good in the kitchen. These pizza ovens are kicking my ass, man. It's worse than rage quitting a video game. I'm so angry at it, and
You're not done with this. You're mad now.
I swear to God, if anyone's listening, I will give you, I'm a good worker. I'll give you free labor on like a Saturday. I need to go into a pizza place and learn how to do this from a professional. I'll work for free. I will work for free a full shift, a 4-hour shift. Screw that. I will work for free or donate whatever you're going to pay me to charity, whatever you want to do. I want this to work so badly this summer, but I swear to God, if it happens again, out the shopping, out the ingredients, out the time, the effort makes a giant mess.
Did the paddle come with the oven?
Yes. Well, I mean, it's an accessory sold by the oven people.
I think that's your problem.
I have 2. I bought a different one specifically to turn it while it's in the oven.
You use the lefty one. You need to use the righty one.
We'll take a break.
Where's the pizza? The second one.
The second one is still, it's still in there.
It's in there?
Yep.
There aren't like critters and.
Well, it's on a stand. It's like 6 feet off.
Oh, yeah. Birds can't get it there.
I don't care. I don't. The amount of restraint it took me not to, the only reason I probably didn't shove the thing over and start beating on it is because it was 900 degrees. And I didn't want
So if this was at the cabin, it's over the fence again?
Gone with the other one. It's not the pizza oven's fault is my point. The pizza oven did everything it was supposed to do.
So would it make you angrier if Melissa or Haver here Mason went out and just did it in one shot?
I might not make it. I might actually end it. If that happened, I might actually just drown myself in the pool. I might actually just tie 2 pizza ovens to my ankles and jump in the pool. We'll take a break. When we come back, sports, City, and the Knicks advance. Not a great weekend for the A's, and we got a lot to get to, including the guy in the NFL is a lot richer today than it was yesterday. We'll get to all that leading off next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, Athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com to join.
Memorial Day savings explode at Maida's Elk Grove Chevy. Save $12,500 off MSRP after rebates. Every new 2025 Silverado Turbo Max in stock. And Maida Chevy has similar savings on every new Silverado. One of the largest selections of new Silverado in the Sacramento area. $12,500 off new Silverado. Exclusively at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Spring 2011 renewal. Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
10. Apparently will dribble it out. It is 7th heaven in Oklahoma City. The Young Thunder have persevered through the stiff challenge Denver has offered, punching their ticket to the Western Conference Finals. Oklahoma City's historic season continues as it readies for its first conference championship best-of-7 series against Minnesota, upcoming since 2016.
All right. Yeah. That didn't look like that's what was going to happen at first.
No, not at the very beginning. Yeah.
Denver, what, 11-point lead, I think, in the first.
And Gordon's playing. You're like, what is happening?
I couldn't believe that. I saw that morning that Aaron Gordon was going to play after having a grade 2 hamstring strain, which is a month recovery. And
he's doing all right.
He was. And honestly, I'm a little surprised. And I'm actually I'm pleasantly surprised that I haven't really seen a lot of this. But if Aaron Gordon can play, why couldn't Steph Curry play? He only had a grade 1 hamstring strain. Everybody's body's different. And to be honest with you, Gordon played 25 minutes. He had 8 points, 11 boards. Look, that's about as good as you could expect out of the poor guy. What an effort. But in the end, the Denver was up 5 coming out of the first quarter break, and
that was gone fast in the second.
That was gone 39-20 in the second quarter for OKC. Then they outscored them by 11 in the third, 7 in the fourth. The route was on. Would it have been different with Gordon? It would have been different. I don't know if it would have been a win, but it would have been a different game, I'm sure. Steph Curry, Aaron Gordon, a couple of injuries this playoff season that stink. But in the end, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 35 points, and I love it. This is what I wanted at the very beginning.
We got fresh meat.
All fresh meat. Then look, the last time the Knicks are the only team in there that won a title. We're not counting Seattle for Oklahoma City.
Right.
The last time the Knicks won a title, literally, Richard Nixon was in office.
Wow.
So this is great. Although we've already seen on the national shows this morning, it is pretty good for the NBA. Well, I think the answer is yes.
Yeah,
I love it. If my Kings can't be in the playoffs, this is exactly how I want the playoffs to go.
Yeah, and I don't even know that I would say. I think you've kind of adopted OKC all along. I would actually probably be good with any of them, any of the 4.
Same.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people here that would maybe put Indiana lower.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
Yeah,
I
get it.
I don't know if I'm entirely there, but yeah, I mean, I think the Knicks winning would be awesome. OKC, Minnesota. I mean, yeah, this is fun.
This is awesome. And when you look at, how all these teams built their teams as well, I like the way they all did it.
Yeah.
Even New York drafted, traded the 5 first-rounders for Mikal Bridges, the trade for Karl Anthony Towns, which took a lot of guts. Everyone built their team the right way.
Yeah, I think they're all pretty aggressive. Maybe OKC was more of but they did a lot of moves to get here and now have more flexibility even than any of them going forward.
Yeah, I'm pulling for OKC. I mean, if I had to pick any of the 4 teams, I don't know. I'd probably, we'll talk about that later. Either way, very, very, very cool postseason so far. Speaking of, another team punched their ticket to the conference finals. Number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Payne gets the rebound with the shot clock turned on. If you want to knock off the champions, you have to play like champions. And the Knicks did that tonight. A 119-81 win. And the outcome that no one in the NBA saw coming, aside from the New York Knicks themselves. Knicks in 6. And they're on their way to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years.
The only reason the biggest reason I'm rooting, I put the Knicks in 4th for my rooting interest. The only reason is just every fan base has ding dong fans, but because there's so many Knicks fans, I think they lead the 4 groups in the biggest amount of ding dongs.
Okay.
There's just
too many numbers.
Way too many numbers. Yeah. You saw there was a video of a guy either walking outside MSG after the game. Well, he was walking outside after the game. He either went to the game and was leaving or was just walking outside after the game, but he's in a Halliburton jersey. Did you see this video? Yeah. And they're throwing trash bags at him and yelling at him, and just the video I saw, it didn't look like any punches or anything were thrown. And look, I acknowledge it. The guy wearing the Halliburton jersey is an idiot. I don't think anything says you deserve this. Also, don't be stupid.
Right, you're playing with fire.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're wearing a Halliburton jersey outside MSG after everyone's all fired up. Didn't deserve it. Never deserves it. But don't be an idiot. At the same time, also, dude, don't throw trash bags at people wearing other. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Knicks advance, and Jalen Brunson leads the way. And we're going to talk a lot about this stuff later. There's so many wonderful storylines heading into the postseason, but it did seem kind of like a coronation for a lot of our national journalists, a celebration, if you will. And guys, the New York Knicks, this is a little known fact, but this is true. No joke, no bit. The New York Knicks are 4 wins away from making the finals. And if they make the finals, there is a massive chance at getting the absolute first ever Mike Breen triple bang, which he said he would only do if calling a Knicks highlight in the finals.
You kind of want that.
Literally the biggest reason I'd be rooting for the Knicks would be to hear the triple bang. Though it's never been done before, Jason. So I'm excited. We'll take a break. Giants sweep the A's as well. We'll get to that and safer out and a little bit more when we come back. Yeah, the Knicks rout the Boston Celtics. We've got audio and more next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to your Monday. Getting out the door with a mild start to the day thanks to a bit of the breeze. We're still under a red flag warning through 8 o'clock tonight with periodic gusts over 20 miles per hour this afternoon. It'll be a little warmer as highs reach the low 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Roseville Auto Mall is Northern California's ultimate destination when looking for your next vehicle. Find the largest selection with 20 top brands. Take advantage of huge savings during our Memorial Day sales event going on now at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and
if you were an MVP voter and we talked about, you extended the voting till the end of the finals, who do you think acquitted them? I'm not saying would it change your vote, but who do you think acquitted themselves more in the series, or do you? Because SGA, Jokic had better stats, but SGA won.
Yeah, but I don't think SGA would. I mean, if Denver won, it was because of Jokic.
Right. Yes, I agree.
It's not a slide on SGA. I don't know.
He's cursed with depth.
Yeah.
He's cursed with
depth. So you kind of go now to the definition of value. I don't know. I just think on the season, on the definition, I would go SGA, but I'm not going to be mad if it's Jokic.
Knicks, Celtics, Game 6, Jason Ross, Mikal Bridges, 5 first-round picks for this 3-pointer.
Finally stopping a fast break from Jaylen Brown was a good sign. Brunson speeds down the lane, in the paint, kick out. Bridges wide open, near corner, hits a three.
No, I was just thinking about how we got to, after Game 5, where Boston, showed heart, stayed alive. It's like, okay, maybe can we get to 7? And then, 6 was like, no, we're not going to do that at all.
I would say that has been the craziest thing this playoffs, is that, we talked about this a lot on Friday, basket's 10 feet, court's the same. Yeah. This isn't baseball. But the amount of differentiating blowouts we've seen, where it's like, OKC beat Denver by 59.
Especially when the series feels like it's even.
Right.
And then you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
The last one is going to be this bad? This decider is that bad?
The series themselves have all game to game been close, 4-2, 4-3, 4. But there's been a lot of blowouts.
There has been.
On both sides. Yeah. So that's Kristaps Porzingis. I hope he's okay. This is a weird one. And he even said in the post game, I went out there for 10 minutes or 5 minutes and I was drained. So he talked about how frustrating whatever this virus thing he has. I hope it's just I don't know, shingles or something that's curable, and not something crazy, because you start to worry. Here he is in the first quarter.
Remember, he made the one, but was called for the foul. Now Porzingis will try from 30 and hit it. Tie game.
I said that could be that wild card. Finally gets that shot he wants.
By the way, I have an announcement to make. I forgot in the pre-show. I just remembered it, by the way. So we've been doing this a while now, right? But you always have to change things up. You always have to stay on the cutting edge. You always have to. You don't want to get stagnant, okay? So while you were gone, and sorry to not, we wanted to surprise you for your birthday, but the show will now be known from here on out as the Drive Guys with Kyle Draper and Kevin Gleason. We also have to
Makes
change.
Sense.
We're gonna have to. We can decide. Do you want to be Kyle or Kevin? Yes. I don't know. That's not a crack at Chris.
Oh no, it's not.
It's not. You're doing 9. You're having to deal with this crap that we've been dealing with for 2 weeks. Ooh, you didn't remember the banner. I actually like this. I like that sound of that better. Anyways, that's good. That was for the chat.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kevin. All right, let's move forward here. Josh Hart with the 3.
Brunson half spin on Brown to the near elbow. Kick out Hart. Wide open left wing 3. Why not? He got it. Josh Hart for 3. And 4 minutes into the second half, the Knicks have a 77-43 lead.
Don't know if this could have gone any better from a New York perspective. No one gets hurt. This thing was decided early. It
was a party.
It was just there is no stress, just stress-free, no problem. It was a coronation, if you will. It was 64-37 going into the half.
Over.
Then the Knicks added another 8 points to their lead going into the fourth. It was 100% over. This thing wasn't close from the jump.
I'm sure it was handled well in Boston.
Oh, I'll bet. No melting down.
No.
There's a guy I know out there. I won't specifically say what he texted a friend of mine, but was just basically lamenting the terrible history of Boston sports and everything they've had to deal with.
It has been rough. I don't know how they do it.
I don't either. I mean, because expectations get so high that anything less than a championship is a failure, and you fail more often than you. In some cases, you could argue the failures in Boston because of their expectations are more than here in Sacramento.
Well, think about it. They've had to go 11 months.
11 long months, Jason.
Brutal.
The Red Sox.
Who's had it worse?
You know, they say once you've tasted the best of the best, you spend your whole life running after it, and everything else, unless it's that exact thing, is what they say. Exactly like I'm saying it. Everything else pales in comparison. Yeah. Well, we've never tasted that here.
Yeah, we don't even know.
We don't know what we're missing.
Yeah. Everything's fine.
So basically, Boston is it's like a Shakespearean tragedy of a sports town.
It's completely torture for them. I feel for them.
I do too. Bruins haven't won it in like 2 years or something. The Red Sox in a couple.
That's been a long wait.
Yeah.
Patriots.
Oh,
my goodness.
Oh, my God. The Patriots.
And they lost Brady and Belichick. My goodness. I hope they're okay.
I don't think they are.
Yeah.
So, also, it was very nice for them to be able to send the Boston Celtics home in Madison Square Garden. In case you guys didn't know, there's a little bit of a rivalry between those two cities. So we're going to talk about this later, but with the Knicks not having won the title since 1972, then it was nice and also not nice seeing a lot of your older Knicks, whether it's a Walt Frazier type, that was fine, but you saw Patrick Ewing and a few others there from that era. I'm not going to lie. I don't like that.
You don't?
Nope. I'd rather they just stayed home.
So if this were ever happening with the Kings, you wouldn't want to see, the Webbs, the Jay Wills, the Bibbies. Well, Doug and Bobby.
They'll already be here. Yeah. Hey, Bobby's back.
Yeah. But you wouldn't like to see that? Or is it different? What made you not like it?
I feel like it's because they look all old.
Oh.
It's kind of like
be in your 20s and fit and look great.
Exactly. It's like what you went through over the weekend. How you remember everybody that way, and they go, "Oh wow, you got old." Yeah. Like I'm sitting here looking at Patrick Ewing, and he's on the he's fine, but there's still a little bit of going on, and I just come on, man, Patrick Ewing, Georgetown, let's go. Walt Frazier, I'm way too young for that, so that's fine. Be old, Walt. Anyways, we're going to talk about this in 3 for Madness, and I don't know why I wrote down. Oh, yeah, I do, because I wrote down the Cat and the Bridges trades because those were 2 separate things. You know what? Look, I think the Knicks are, and you could argue the other teams too, but the Knicks are an argument. The Knicks have done everything over the last 3 or 4 years is I always try to find a degree of separation that Monty McNair and the Kings didn't. They started out of the box great with Sabonis, Halliburton, drafting Halliburton, the trade for Sabonis, but the ultimate Achilles heel was you didn't build on it. You didn't add in OG Anunoby. You didn't add in Pascal Siakam. You didn't. The Knicks, say what you want. The Knicks traded 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. The Knicks traded Julius Randle and a pick coming over from Detroit, who was the worst team in the NBA last year. They traded 2025, protected, but still top 13 pick as part of that deal. They made the move, and same thing with Minnesota. We're going to talk about Minnesota later because I think Minnesota is a little bit of a wolf in sheep's clothing, and I'll expand on that. But Minnesota ain't the Minnesota you think it is, by the way, the plucky little upstarts. We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out? Are the A's in trouble? What was the big moment in the series for you? And the Giants' upcoming hosting of the Royals caught my eye. We'll do that next.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a 2-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Kings.
There are so many benefits of working with the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Now, we chose them to get our new garage doors, and we're so thrilled that we did. They look absolutely amazing. Jason Ross here. And for us, well, we just flat out needed new garage doors. But maybe you do as well, or maybe it's just repairs to your existing doors. Well, the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento can help you with that. It is also a great time of year because this is when homes go on the market. So is yours ready? Well, one thing, don't forget about that garage door, because a new garage door can increase the value of your home. First off, with Curb Appeal, a new modern or stylish garage door can improve the overall appearance of your house. Also, the return on investment. It is one of the most cost-effective upgrades to increase your home value. You can see for yourself. Just visit the showroom off Franklin Boulevard and ask about the Sacktown Sports Special. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed Sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Trey Songz, live. All the hits, all in one night. Trey Songz. Friday, June 20th, the venue at Thunder Valley. With special guest, Jeremiah. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com and see the show. Trey Songz, Friday, June 20th, the venue at Thunder Valley.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-859-6688. 800-859-6688. 800-859-6688.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Coming up next, we'll get to Oklahoma City over Boston, and then 3 for Madness. Trouble on the horizon for the Minnesota Timberwolves. We need to talk about. In the meantime, it is 3 for Madness. It is question 1.
How much trouble are the A's currently in?
Well, they got to figure it out because they got the old sweeper Rooney from the Giants. They've lost 5 in a row. They have lost 8 of 10. Now, granted,
this was the gauntlet.
This is the gauntlet. So it's what's happening was semi-expected. They're playing very, very good teams right now. But they are now 3.5 out of the wild card. 2.5. Yeah, 3.5. And also in their division, they're 5 back all of a sudden of the Mariners. I thought the most interesting thing, again, I don't know. It always frustrates me when you get people that I know get paid a lot of money that approve things and apparently don't talk to anyone. I don't know if you caught the picture they were selling at Oracle Park of the Highway 80 series t-shirts. Yeah. I've lived here my entire life. I've never heard it called Highway 80. It's either Interstate 80 or just 80, and then there's Business 80.
The 80.
It is. This.
You're welcome.
This started kind of a every couple years this comes up on social media. Unless you are either A, from Southern California, B, have Southern California roots, or C, you're a serial killer, you don't refer to any of our highways or interstates, any of our freeways as the anything. Now, down in Southern California, let's take and they don't just do they name it, like the San Diego Freeway to Long Beach Expressway to the, whatever, the Mini Minoso Highway. I don't know. Here's the acceptable ways so you don't sound like a tourist, because there's a lot of tourists here in Sacramento. It's I-80 or 80, as in I took 80 to Truxell. It's Biz 80 or Business 80. I took Business 80 to the Cap City Freeway. That's acceptable. 50 or Highway 50. I took 50 to Rancho Cordova. Oh, take Highway 50 all the way up to Tahoe. 5, I-5. Never the, and certainly never Highway 80. It could have been the I-80 series. I mean, it's still stupid, but fine. At least it's the correct. The I-80, not the 80. But the is for the series, not the freeway. Or could you just, because you can't just say I-80 series. It's not like Foo Fighters, who insist on not having a the. Anyways, they are in trouble. Need to figure it out. Yes.
I mean, this is, I want a little bit more time just because of the gauntlet that they went through. There's a long way to go. Their division's not impossible. The wild card, there's some spots there, but certainly don't like the way they've been playing. And that run differential that we were talking about before is still rearing its ugly head. That's usually a pretty good indicator over the long haul of what kind of team you have. So
that's 61 now.
Yeah, that's a little alarming.
Number 2.
What was your big moment from the series?
It was game 2. Classic pitchers duel, which we don't get a lot. Extra innings. I think it was the 10th. 0-0. Then on second and third, Giants try to lay down at one point. A safety squeeze. Goes foul. Strikeout. Mason Miller on the mound for the A's. Wilmer Flores, who has just been, he and Elliot Ramos have been on fire lately, but Wilmer Flores had himself quite the series. His at bat versus Mason Miller should be shown in schools. He is just, Mason Miller is so filthy. But if you can just stay alive against him, you got a decent shot. There was one pitch that was 104 coming. It was 104. He had multiple 104 pitches, and I think he threw 101 mile an hour cutter moving in on Flores. Finally, Flores chokes up, just fights off 104 after 104. I think there was a 105 in there, and then finally gets walked home. It was filthy pitching from Miller. I don't know how Flores laid off of some of those pitches that he did, but he takes a game-winning walk-off walk. And I thought that was one of the best bats I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I was going to the same direction, not just the specific moment, but I was thinking A's bullpen, because when they have lost, and whether they've had big leads or close games like Saturday and then Sunday, yesterday, it was like, well, I think they're going to salvage the last game at least. And, it's not a great series to get 1 of 3, but that's better than getting swept, and it was their bullpen again. So bullpen issues have been a problem for this team.
Very much so. Yeah. They got to figure that out. Number 3.
Giants host the Royals.
Did I
know? Safe. They do.
They 100% do, Chris. That's a statement, not a question. Yeah. Apparently, I didn't write the rest of the question, or something happened, because I very much remember writing it. The question should have been, the Giants host the Royals. How do you see this series going?
Gotcha.
The Giants host the Royals?
Yes.
How do you see this series going?
Here's what I wanted to point out. The Royals have caught my eye over the last few weeks. So the Royals are 26-22, which is 5.5 back. Good for a tie for third at 4 games over 500 in the AL Central. But I think they're under a lot of people's radars. The Kansas City Royals are first in the AL in ERA. The Kansas City Royals are second, tied for first, I should say, in the AL in shutouts. The Kansas City Royals are fifth in the AL in walks and hits per innings pitched. Looking at their staff, I mean, they've got some arms there. Also a top 5 saves guy. They played a lot of close games. But it's not like they've got these standout superstars, at least right now, on that staff. But they're arguably the best pitching team in the major leagues so far. And if not, they're top 3. So with the Giants' offensive issues, I'm really curious how this series is going to go. Because if they start scoring runs, they're doing it off one of the best pitching teams in baseball.
Yeah, another good measurement for the Giants to see if they can beat this team. And it's the 2014 World Series rematch? Is that what it was? Their last?
Yes, when we were at Old Arco.
Yes.
And in the press room, well, I was at least, when
Mad Bum came in to close it out.
Who was it? Pedro Sandoval that caught the final, or Pablo Sandoval that caught the final out.
Yeah.
In foul territory, and the whole place
Kings
went crazy.
Warriors opener,
Yes. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, OKC routes Boston, and let's also talk about David Adelman as well and his future. Say what you want after the Mike Malone firing, which caught everybody by surprise. It was a tale of 2 firings, Taylor Jenkins and Memphis, and they were pretty much one and done. David Adelman had 9 wins away from a championship and 1 win away, and 1 win and 3 quarters, I should say, away from upsetting the best team by record in the NBA. Part of it, we'll hear some of the post game from the players, is that he brought a very unique, different type of energy to the coaching staff. And you have to wonder if that energy, in large part, was because he is an American Energy customer. Now, I don't think American Energy goes all the way out to Denver, so I'd be surprised. But hey, whatevs. Bottom line is, American Energy is here to help you as we are still in spring. I say Boston. Sorry, I meant Nuggets. We're still in spring. And now is a good time to call American Energy and get them to come out to your house for that $24.50 half off tune-up of your AC unit. And up to $4,000. Up to $4,000 in rebates on a new AC unit for qualified customers. I just got them to replace both my AC and my furnace about 2 months ago. The whole job was done in a few hours. They were phenomenal. And not just making sure everything was nice and clean and dealt with, but man, the work they do is great. And then walking me through everything in a way I could understand. Hey, here's how this works. Here's what's different from your last one. Not just, all right, here you go, buddy. Thanks. No, they're fantastic, both when you get the work done and when the work is done. You can always call them if you have any questions. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a break. When we come back, OKC routes Boston and what to do with David Adelman. We'll get there next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
When I wake up,
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I put on my jeans and I feel all right.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to your Monday. Getting out the door to a mild start to the day thanks to a bit of the breeze. We're still under a red flag warning through 8 o'clock tonight with periodic gusts over 20 miles per hour this afternoon. It'll be a little warmer as highs reach the low 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Roseville Auto Mall is Northern California's ultimate destination when looking for your next vehicle. Find the largest selection with 20 top brands. Take advantage of huge savings during our Memorial Day sales event going on now at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
All you gotta do is put a drink.
Eric Church is back and bringing his unforgettable live show to Sacramento. Eric Church, Free the Machine Tour. With special guest, Charles Wesley Godwin. Golden One Center, November 13th. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. His new album, Evangeline vs. the Machine, is out now. One epic night of music that you won't want to miss. Eric Church, Free the Machine Tour. Live at Golden One Center, November 13th. Get tickets now. For more, visit ericchurch.com. Produced by Messina Touring Group.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, with second baseman Zach Geloff having spent the entire year on the IL, the A's offseason acquisition of Luis Urias as a free agent has turned out to be a shrewd move. As of the end of the last homestand, Urias had started 20 consecutive games at second base, hitting 4 home runs, including a walk-off against the White Sox, and his OPS almost .830. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. It's how retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And it's how healthcare offices become data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business.
Welcome to the Tap House Restaurant at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course. With an array of local craft brews from a selection of 20 taps, the Tap House menu boasts freshly made sandwiches, crisp salads, and a variety of specialty entrees. The Tap House Restaurant at Bartley Kavanaugh is the perfect spot to share good food, whether you play golf or not, especially during happy hour from 3 to 6 daily. Drop by the Tap House Restaurant for scenic views, exquisite food, and a hearty welcome. The Tap House Restaurant at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
machine. Now credit OKC's defense was pretty intense.
It was.
And they caught him, passed him, and just never looked back. Looked back.
Didn't OKC start out like, they were at
could make a 3.
Yeah, could not make a 3. And I think even Denver was like 2 of 7 to start out or something.
Yeah, I think Mike Breen even gave the stat, and I remember this lasting forever because there used to be a stat for the longest time after 2002 when teams would say, teams playing at home in Game 7 are, win 96% of the time, and there was like always an asterisk 2002 Sacramento Kings. I'm like, it doesn't matter unless you're on the wrong. You could say it's 99.9, but if you're the one team that lost, but then I think he said in the last 10, they're like 3-7.
Really?
Well, it didn't matter. Yesterday.
It didn't matter yesterday, but still, I mean, hey, OKC gets past, survives, should we say, Denver. And Denver having an interim coach, David Adelman. Somebody, there was a really great, was it The Athletic did it? Somebody did a really great interview or a piece on David Adelman, on he and his dad overcoming the death of his brother, all the things that kind of led him to this point. Nikola Jokic was asked about the future of Coach Adelman.
I'm not the guy to add. I mean, it's above my pay grade.
Not really.
No,
it's not much above your pay grade.
No, because he definitely sent a message to the front office with this comment.
Definitely, seems like the teams that has a longer rotation, longer bench, it's the one who are winning. Indiana, what's the name? OKC, Minnesota.
Get me more depth, guys. David Adelman talked about Aaron Gordon, grade 2 hamstring. Should have been out for a month. Hopefully he didn't do anything to aggravate it. I guess we'll find out today. But he spoke about Gordon playing.
Aaron Gordon is incredible. What he played with today, I don't know many people that would even attempt to go out there and run up and down. And he did it in a Game 7 against Oklahoma City on the road. That was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. So, yes, he was extremely close to not playing.
One more quote from David Adelman. I'll give you the choice, Jason. Do you want to hear David Adelman saying, oh, this, one word, oh, this is a crushing loss? Or do you want to hear him say, this is a crushing loss? Curshing. Both of them, somebody wrote this up and wrote it as this is a crushing loss, obviously meant to say crushing. And then they corrected it by saying, oh, this is a crushing loss.
Let's get the O.
Oh, this is a crushing loss.
When you lose, it's crushing. And it's the last time you'll be in the room with those guys. And it's beyond that, you only get one of these. This is the one moment we had together to make this run. And they're all individual to themselves. And they're also special. Anybody that's played sports understands that. So walking out of that locker room is it's crushing, and it's going to take a while to get over that.
Chet Holmgren talked about crushing. This is very crushing. Chet talked about the game plan the team had versus Jokic.
Credit goes to coach. When you have a really good player on the other side, it forces you to throw different looks, do different things, and coach came up with a different look. We kind of went with a smaller lineup a lot tonight, and a lot of the credit goes to the guys that were on them tonight. AC, Hart, really making things tough, laying on them and, making the pass entries to them tough. And then, you don't guard great players with just one person. So it was a team effort. We had a lot of help on the backside, not just letting them get the ball. The best way to guard a great player is, don't let them get the ball. So, we did a good job, and now, we have to focus on the next team that we got to play, the next set of preparations for the next good players we got to see.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying, is this any sign that OKC is in trouble by any means? I said, in one sense, I kind of looked at it the other way that, look, they've been the best team. They've been awesome. They don't have many flaws. They got pushed. They got tested. They weren't in a lot of close games throughout the season. And I think for the most part, they handled themselves pretty well. Denver, to their credit, forced that 7th game, got up double digits. But once they got hold of the game and doing what they do so well, they dictated the terms. But, each series is its own its own separate piece. And I just want to see what the matchup looks like with these next two.
Well, let's see. Right now on ESPN, they're talking about are they vulnerable or not?
They wound up going to.
I don't like anybody losing their jobs, but you see what they did. Like, they leaned on their depth. They had Jokic playing harder. Leading from. I wasn't mad at what happened.
We may look back on this and say, "Wow, they took the Thunder to 7," depending on what happens over the course of the next two series.
I actually agree with Mike Greenberg there. I do. I'm very curious to see how the rest of the playoffs turn out, to see if was Oklahoma City vulnerable and did Adelman and to Chet Holmgren's point, I thought Mark Daniel did an amazing job with Jokic, not stat wise. Again, Jokic is leading the playoffs in every category, but throwing him different looks, like Alex Caruso on him at different points, doubling, sagging off the way he did the timing. I mean, you could tell they game planned for him specifically. You're not going to contain Nikola Jokic, right, but it'll be very curious to see how Minnesota and either Indiana or the Knicks, should OKC advance. Look, if OKC steamrolls through the rest of the playoffs and wins the title, we're going to look back at this Nuggets team and say, God, were they the second best? Do they win the title any other year? So it'll be very interesting to see. And I wonder what the Nuggets are going to do with David Adelman.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine they don't give him a shot, but I also imagine that depends a lot on Nikola Jokic and to a lesser extent Jamal Murray and what they say.
Yeah, I mean, they're back in that also GM search and head coach search.
Yeah.
And may have answered some questions there with the series of the way Adelman did that. But yeah, I think if you're OKC too, I mean, you're still the heavy favorite, especially with Boston now being out. Cleveland, who had an equally impressive regular season, is out. Home court goes through you. I mean, it's there for OKC. If they don't do it, they're gonna be the ones that have to live with that, because they have a lot of advantages right now.
You mentioned that OKC are the favorites, and you are 100% correct. They are the favorites. As a matter of fact, going into these series, Oklahoma City is a minus 175 favorite to win the finals, meaning you would have to bet $175 to walk away with a $100 profit. New York is second at plus 460. And again, for those of you who aren't degenerates like me, if you bet $100, you walk away with 460. In other words, so you see the difference there. Minnesota is plus 575. But what I find really interesting here, the Indiana Pacers are plus 625 to win the NBA Finals. Now, I don't think they're going to win the NBA Finals. I think Oklahoma City is. But talk about a little bit of value there. Remember, 3 teams have a winning percentage above 70% in 2025. The Thunder at 48-11, the Celtics at 43-16, and the Pacers at 42-16 since the 1st of January. And we talked last week about how they finished the season out. I'm not saying they'll even beat the Knicks, but I do think there's a little bit of underestimation. Part of that, as again, super degenerates will know, like the Knicks, for example, their odds are being boosted a little bit because a lot of people are coming in on the Knicks. A lot of people just, look, you're a Knicks fan, I'm going to put some money on them to win the whole thing. That can move the lines a little bit. With Indiana being the second smallest market remaining, you're not going to get much of that. I think a lot of people just can't see them doing it, but my goodness gracious, here we are, and they're 8 wins away from a championship.
That's right. I know all these teams that are here are only halfway done. They still need 8 more wins.
I know. We still got a lot. I mean, we still got a lot of basketball to go, but then it's over.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it. Bye-bye basketball.
For like 5 months.
For basketball, yeah.
June to July, July to August, September. 4 months, I guess.
Yeah. Did you get Summer League? California Classic.
Who are you going to watch in the Summer League or California Classic? Fred McGee.
Yeah.
2nd round pick out of Vanderbilt.
His second jump.
Man. Oh, my goodness. Watch Fred McGee and Donovan Johnson face off against the whoever awesome first round picks everybody else has.
Yeah.
Do we have any guys there? I'm trying to think. We have anybody who's going to play that was a pick last year?
Carter.
Yeah, that's true. Huh? Yeah, he should play. He probably won't. Ooh, save his shoulder. He better play.
If the Spurs, I don't know if I haven't heard about the California Classic yet, but if it's around here again, the Spurs have been a team that's come out before.
That's right.
The second pick.
That's right. Do you think Fox would come out watch?
No.
I agree with you 100%. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, very quick break here, 30 seconds. When we come back, 3 for Madness. Rate them playoffs so far. And who do you think wins the whole thing? We'll talk about it next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, Athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
Well, spring is here. We've had some interesting times here in the weather department in the spring, but it's a good time for spring to kind of do a little home evaluation. A little spring cleaning. How's your home look? First thing people do when they drive up to your home is they see your garage. And how's that look? Is that situation set up right? Well, when we went through the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento and got new doors, we first off improved our curb appeal. And one of the first things people notice when they do approach your home is a new modern or stylish garage door, which can improve the overall appearance of your house. That's not the sole reason why we did it, but what a benefit it was for us. For us, it was about the functionality, being able to get in and out of a brand new garage with sleek rolling doors that look good, the design that we picked, that when we went to the showroom said that's the one we want for our house. We can open it from the remote, from the app, from the keypad on the side of the garage, but also the return on investment. A new garage door is one of the most cost-effective upgrades to increase the home value. So we have all these side benefits, and we have these new doors that look absolutely amazing. We're so happy with them. They've done this for 70-plus years in our area, and they are here to help you just like they helped us. You can check out their website or call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. The genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Brock Purdy's rich.
Rich.
Scotty Scheffler wins the PGA Championship, not without controversy. I was going to talk about the Preakness. I don't understand horse racing other than
go
Run
and
fast. Every other race it's like, and Long Johnson sprained his horseshoe. They had to put him down in the 3rd furlong. Like, I just know a lot of horses get what was the track down south?
Santa Anita.
Was that a few years ago where it was like every other day a horse like broke its leg or something, had to be put down? But I like most saw the Preakness on social media. Holy crap. Did you see it?
I did not.
Oh my goodness. The finish was insane. It's like the craziest finish I've ever seen in horse racing. It was very cool. And what a great weekend for journalism as journalism wins the Preakness and in what was a really insane finish. So anyways, I was going to talk about that, but like one person's like, oh my God, I know the horse. Everyone else like, we don't.
Why the long face?
Why the long face? In the meantime, 3 for Madness. Question 1.
Rate the playoffs so far.
9 out of 10. The only reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because, there have been a lot of blowouts. Not every series has gone to 7, but most have gone deep. We have 2 of the 3 60-win teams that didn't even make the Final Four. And in the end, we have the best regular season team in the NBA still alive, but had to fight for their lives, basketball lives. And then you have that team and 2 others that have never won a title, followed by a team that last won a title, as we said earlier, in the Nixon administration. This is great. I love it. It's uncharted waters. And you got a stat a little bit later that's been going for a while now. There is parity in the NBA, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I would say 8 or 9. I'm with you, right in that high range. We've had some buzzer beaters. I think Denver's been the team to follow. They've had a couple of buzzer beaters, a couple of game 7s. Or they the game 7 yesterday. We have the champs that have been tested and now ultimately are out. The bummers, we've had a couple of injuries. I don't know that you can ever prevent that, but entertaining, well played, coaching strategies. I think there's a lot of stuff that's been able to debate. And I think now the best part to me is the fresh blood. I mean, we've got new teams here in the Final Four, and I think that's exciting. And I'm looking forward to the rest, even the back half of the playoffs.
It's gonna be a fun next month.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Is the Randall Towns trade the ultimate win-win?
It is. It really is. I mean, they're 2 of the Final 4 teams in the NBA, and that was a ballsy move, especially I think for Minnesota. But I think they listened to Jason Ross when he said after they acquired Rudy Gobert, he said this Twin Towers thing ain't going to work. So they moved the guy, the 7-foot guy that was, I believe at the time, the defending 3-point champion. Talk about versatility. And it has worked for both. But Jason, I'm here to tell you something. As we head into this Final Four, you got OKC, the tiny market. I think you're going to hear, if you listen to a lot of national radio today, you'd hear a lot of it's 3 small markets and New York, 3 Cinderellas in New York, 3 downtrodden teams. And now we can talk about history and playoff issues and all that, but couple of things for you, okay? Minneapolis is not a small market.
Right.
Okay. Minneapolis-St. Paul is 100% not a small market. They are 15th in the country when it comes to TV demo. It's not just Minneapolis. Again, it's Minneapolis-St. Paul. That is a massive hub in the Midwest. That is not a small market whatsoever. They're just behind Seattle and just ahead of Miami. Now, not New York, Boston, LA, but they're on that second tier after those. I think Minnesota is so often thrown in as a mid-sized market or a small market, kind of like Dallas is. It's like, bro, Dallas is a top 5 market in the country. Jason, secondly, the Phoenix Suns had the top payroll in the league this year. I think a lot of people, unless you're a nerd like us, Minnesota had the second highest payroll this year. Ahead of, if you said who has the highest payroll in the playoffs in the last round, in the entire playoffs, it's Minnesota, not Boston. They're 3rd. Not the Knicks. They're 4th. It's Minnesota. Lastly, Julius Randle has a player option next year for $31 million. He is opting out. He is going to opt out of that 31. Naz Reid has a player option for $15 million. He's going to opt out. Everyone else is signed, but they got some issues.
Mm-hmm.
They don't win right now either. They're going, and by the way, they just changed ownership. So it's going to be very interesting to see once this season ends, championship or not, what the Minnesota Timberwolves do. But I do think there's some misplaced thoughts on them going into the playoffs, and I also think people are underrating what's on the horizon for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, they're going to be fun to watch here in this series because I think there isn't as large of a gap between OKC and Minnesota. I think the matchup's pretty good, but OKC should be the favorite.
Yes.
And I think this trade overall, though, has been fantastic. It's just kind of been fit for fit, right? I mean,
Right.
I think by and large, when you're looking at the trade, Towns is the better player, is the best player.
Yeah.
Not by a lot, but the best player. And that's what New York needed. But the Randall DiVincenzo part is what Minnesota needed.
Yes.
It's just, it is the win-win. It's classic.
I think you bring up a great point. I'll go a step further. I think Karl Anthony Towns I don't think he's insanely better than Julius Randle, but I think even more than you, I think he is a better player by a lot all the way around.
Yeah.
And remember, I wanted Julius Randle on the Kings.
Right.
I have a ton of respect for Julius Randle's game when he's engaged. I do think Karl Anthony Towns is better, but I think the point is far better. But I think the point you bring up is so, we've talked about these teams being aggressive, but also that goes back to our Kings conversation about fit. Karl Anthony Towns is a better player than anybody would say than Julius Randle, but he fits better on the Knicks. The Knicks needed that, and the Timberwolves needed Julius Randle more than they needed Karl Anthony Towns. Now, what might really bake one's noodle is, well, do we know they wouldn't be here with Karl Anthony Towns still on? We don't.
Yeah.
But we do know that the year after they make that trade, They're 8 wins away from a championship, and Julius Randle is going neck and neck with Anthony Edwards, and he's playing the ball of his life.
Right.
So I think you bring up a good point, because we always try to tie things back to the Kings, that their lack of follow-up to the Halliburton-Sabonis trade and their lack of fit has really been their
issue. Yeah.
Their issue. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Who do you think wins the NBA championship?
I think Oklahoma City is the best team left, and I'm just going to stick with what I said before the playoffs started. But I will tell you, if they don't win the NBA championship, if you told me another team was going to win the title and it wasn't them, I think it's the Pacers.
Wow.
I do think it'll be the Pacers. I think the Pacers have now. Look, they have gotten a little bit of injury luck. There's no denying that. They have been relatively healthy, and they've faced a couple teams that have had injury issues. But man, they sent Milwaukee packing like it was nothing. And then they went into Cleveland, beat them 3 times in the series in Cleveland, right? Didn't they win the first 2? Yeah, and then clinched there. And again, they're one of 3 teams. They're the number 3 team in the league since January 1st. I think Oklahoma City will win it, but I think Indiana's I think it's gonna be OKC Indiana in the finals.
Do you?
I do.
I think if I was rating them, I'd probably put the Pacers as the 4th best chance.
I think most would agree with you.
3rd, just based on the thought that I have OKC 1, I'd put Minnesota 3rd, but I don't think I'm really interested in that series. I'd put the Knicks at 2 and the OKC Thunder at 1. Gosh, but if you look at what you just said, though, about the Pacers beating Milwaukee and Boston, Milwaukee and Cleveland, I think about what Minnesota's done in 5 games, taking out the Lakers and the Warriors.
Yeah.
I know someone will go, well, without Steph, sure.
But
they're also back in the conference finals. I think people forgot that they were there last year.
I think most people forgot they were there last year. Who did they play?
Dallas. So,
to your point, the Pacers are 8-2 this postseason after going through the best team in the East and the Bucks. Look, we're going to talk about Brock Purdy in the next segment, but without me, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not arguing with you in this case. I think the majority of people, in fact, I know based on the odds, would put the Pacers 4th, just like you did. I just want to ask you, when we come back, just to lead off the segment, what stands out about the Pacers that prevents you from putting them higher? Maybe it's the other teams. I don't know. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. We'll get to that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Is your concrete sinking? Whether it's your driveway, sidewalk, or patio, those uneven surfaces are not just ugly, they're dangerous. That's where Groundworks comes in. They use state-of-the-art concrete lifting solutions to prevent tripping hazards, and they're the best at what they do. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
San Francisco! What a laser from Brock Purdy, and what a catch.
San Francisco 49ers single game tickets are available now.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Fred gets up and runs back the other way. 1 block and he's in. Gonna throw left for the end zone. It's caught by George Kittle.
Secure your seats at 49ers.com/tickets.
Touchdown!
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more.
With
Plus 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Whitey here for Napoleon Grills, reminding you that when buying a new grill, every detail matters. While supplies last, you'll receive a $149 gift with purchase on every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill. The kit even includes the Pizza Lover Starter Kit and much more. And now up to $79 off Napoleon Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium steel that boasts amazing quality. Visit Green Acres Nursery today for your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Skeeter here. Got a question. What's small and dark with white bands on its legs and bites during the day?
Mosquitoes. Hi, I'm Luz Maria Robles, but these are 2 new types of day-biting mosquitoes. They're invading our area and becoming a big problem.
And they can be dangerous.
But we're on it, so when you see them, report it at fightthebite.net. In the meantime, use insect repellent and drain stagnant water around your yard.
We're here to help with these day-biting mosquitoes.
Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Before we went to break, Jason, I asked you, what is it about the Pacers? And I know you're not saying they suck or anything
Not
like
at all.
that, but
Not at all.
you have them fourth. Most people have them fourth. I have them second. And I know I'm the outlier, but I'm honestly curious. I want to hear your side.
I think this is more of a reflection. I think when you get this far, they're obviously all good. They're all, I think, if I'm not mistaken, all 4 teams. Let me do a quick inventory. They're all healthy-ish.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's going to become a matchup thing. And I think that I really like the balance that the Knicks have offensively paired with their defense. They get so many good perimeter defenders. That I think between OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, they can do a lot of different things on teams like they did with Boston, like I believe they'll be able to do with Indiana. Now, I couldn't be misreading that, but I just think the matchup is better for the Knicks. That's all. I think maybe if Indiana was playing a different team, but look, I'm not here with like full conviction going, this is Knicks in 4 or 5. They rely so many minutes on those guys, but at this moment, it's working just fine.
Let's just have some fun, and I know Kings fans don't want to hear this, but what if the Pacers won the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where does that put Tyrese Halliburton on the? Is he already a superstar? Does that make him a superstar? Does he stay?
I would say top. Because, like, when you go top 10, I don't think he's a top 10 player.
I would
say top 20. Yeah, top 20. Because, again, when people say, oh, he's top 10, then you start to list the players.
Yeah, he's not, though.
But top 20-ish, top 25 for sure, probably.
Is him winning it with the Pacers this year, if that happened, would it be the same big deal if the world had reversed and he'd won it, led the Kings to winning it this year?
Amongst like the rest of the league?
In a different world, the Kings trade, and it was never on the table. The Kings trade Fox for Sabonis. I don't know. Make the move for Anunoby, or make a move for Bridges, or whatever. They Pascal Siakam, and now we're sitting here having this conversation about Halliburton leading the Kings to 8 away. Do you think we're in the same? Because the Kings don't have the history the Pacers do necessarily, as far as Reggie Miller and all that. But still,
I don't know what he'd be thought of nationally, but I think the way it started for Tyrese, from when he was drafted to the way he played to the way he talked about Sacramento, I think he had a chance to go down as one of the all-time favorite Kings. But then he got traded.
Yeah,
and I think there's a lot of people that soured on Tyrese. And not only, I think at first it was like, oh man, he's devastated. He didn't want to get, there was people felt for him. And then he just kind of kept talking about it, was a little bit kind of played that heel, like wrestling when he wasn't here and really wasn't playing, but was here and milking the crowd that bothered people. So
it's one of the things, the older I get, the more I'm not in touch with that anymore. Like, I get it. I do. I totally get why people feel the way they feel. I just think a lot of fans here they're kind of soft.
Yeah.
They're soft.
Like I won't be in the camp of, if Indiana wins, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to be in my feels about him.
No. I honestly,
I won't.
I actually, the opposite. I want it to hurt more. I want that message and I want to be clear, when I say soft about stuff like that, I mean, I think the majority of fans feel that way. But here's the way I would hope people would look at both the Halliburton and Fox things. Kings were idiots and traded Halliburton in retrospect, or I take that back, because that's retro gaming right there. The Kings made the decision to trade Tyrese Halliburton. He wanted to win it. He wanted to be here. They traded him. He didn't want to get traded. They traded him. So talk your garbage, Tyrese. Talk it for the rest of your career. Wear a shirt walking into game 1 of the NBA Finals that says could have been Sac. Could have been in Sacramento. Talk your garbage, dude.
Yeah.
You deserve to talk your garbage. And with the Fox thing, it's, he forces his way out. He tanks his trade value. Like, we are soft in the sense that we have a very hard time looking in the mirror. Not that it's the fans' fault, but looking at our own franchise and going, well, the team decided to trade Tyrese Halliburton. He can talk all the garbage he wants. Fox wanted out of here because the franchise is garbage and he didn't want to attach himself to the franchise for 7 years. Like, why can't we just say that? Because in both cases, it's true.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I know they got all-stars in return in both trades, but I feel like they got more for Tyrese when at the time he was less of a player than when De'Aaron got traded.
You're 1,000% right. But what happens, and you know what, I take back what I said when I said soft. So I was trying to find the right word, because no Kings fans are soft. It's cope. It's copium that we drink a ton of. Well, Fox, well, Tyrese, like Chris is one of them.
I would say that
when it comes to Tyrese,
me with a number of people about the De'Aaron Fox trade feel like it would have been a great trade if he stepped up like he did his first season of the Beam Team, and then that kind of just went away, and then he got hurt and didn't feel
Palace.
Secretly.
Crystal Palace, honestly, should have won that. They should have had another goal, but they called a stupid offsides on Crystal Palace after scoring a goal. They said the guy was offsides, but clearly wasn't. We'll take a break. Dang, Chris didn't bite on any of that. That kind of pisses me off. When we come back,
I mean, like, would I really worry about a League One perspective on soccer?
When we come back, Brock Purdy signs a new deal. Scotty Scheffler wins the PGA, and so much more. We'll do it next.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com.
Memorial Day is the unofficial beginning of summer and a time to reflect on the blessings we enjoy living in this country. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At Naturewood's Memorial Day sale, you choose the offer. It's like 2 sales in one. Take 10% off regular prices or get 24 months of no-interest financing with payments on approved credit. Then you can choose from living rooms, sofas, sectionals, dining rooms, bedrooms, home offices, and so much more. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, you can shop and save big on the best selection of quality furniture, including Sacramento's largest selection of furniture made in the USA. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for that water wheel.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
The Memorial Day Race to Savings is on. Get the best deals of the season at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? During the Memorial Day Race to Savings, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Carmichael Dave here for my good friends at American Energy. As a native Sacramentan, I can tell you, not that you need to know, that it might be nice right now, but turn the corner and oh my God, it's so hot. Yeah, you know, summer is coming. And my friends at American Energy want to make sure you are dialed with your AC unit. So how about this? Half off tune-up right now. It's a special going on, just $24.50 to get your air conditioner tuned up. A free diagnostic. And oh, by the way, if you need a new AC unit, up to $3,500 in rebates on qualifying system installations. That's right. They've been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Give them a call, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Here's the song.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Wow, I just heard a doozy of a trivia question. I think I would have needed a long time to figure out. We'll see if you guys can get it. In the last 35 years, there has been a draft in which the top 3 players taken all became Hall of Famers, and later in their career all played on the same team together. Can you name them?
The players?
Say that again. Yes.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Uh-huh.
Alonzo Mourning.
This is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. Don't.
Is he right so far?
He is.
Okay.
And then for a bonus, take the team they played for.
I thought you said they were the top 3 picks.
They were.
Wasn't that C-Web?
C-Web was the Anthony Hardy.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Hardaway
You're right.
year.
Leitner.
That is correct. Leitner got in the FIBA Hall of Fame and the Basketball Hall of Fame as part of the team. What team did they play for?
Miami Heat.
That's right. Well done, Chris. All right, forgive you for all the garbage you were saying earlier.
Halliburton sucks.
Yeah. Maybe I should be listening to Chris. He's the basketball expert, obviously.
Well, that's going to be the last of the year that I get the trivia right.
That'll take me. It would have taken me a while because the trick there is Leitner.
Right.
Leitner was an one-time All-Star, but was not. But 19, he's in with the FIBA Hall of Fame and then the 92. So he got in for like Duke, but also for the Dream Team itself. So anyway, Brock Purdy, that's finally taken care of. Woo, buddy. No longer Mr. Irrelevant.
Very relevant now.
Yeah, that bank account's very relevant. That bank account's the size of an elephant. More like Mr. Elephant account of cash. $265 million. And what
was it? 180 something?
181. Okay. Guaranteed money over the next 5 years. Just imagine that. Just imagine. He made $2.6 million total in his career.
That's a big upgrade.
Jason, he will get paid more per week, $2.9 million, than he ever did over the first 3 years of his career combined. That's an average salary of $53 million doll hairs. My goodness gracious.
Think they'll regret it at all? I mean, you kind of had to do it.
You did.
He had played to the role of a starting QB, and to keep starting quarterbacks as franchise guys, got to pay him.
The problem is, and this is where we still have this issue. If Brock Purdy was drafted where Trey Lance was drafted, nobody would be blinking an eye at this. I mean, there'd be some that are like, you're always any quarterback that gets signed to a big deal is always like, well, is he worth it? Whether it's age, whether it's this, whether it's that, blah, 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 blah. But Brock Purdy will be making, what did we say it was, $53 million a year? Okay. That's less than Jared Goff, Tua, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, and Dak Prescott. By the way, notice Patrick Mahomes is not there. As a matter of fact, Justin Herbert makes $500,000 less. $500,000 less. Where it's interesting, Jason, is Brock Purdy, since he came in the league, has done everything but win a Super Bowl. He is first in yards per attempt. He is fourth in passing yards. He is seventh in passing touchdowns. He is fourth in total QBR. He is, by most metrics, the most efficient quarterback in the entire league. You could make an argument that when you put all his numbers together, statistically, if he's not the best, he's a top 3 quarterback statistically. Everybody calm down. And, oh, by the way, he doesn't turn 26 until December 27th. He's, by all accounts, an amazing leader, a team guy, not a hint of anything off field. So when you look at the other quarterbacks on that list, again, for everybody arguing, you can argue all day long, is $55 million too much for a quarterback?
Right.
But the way the market dictates things, He has been far more successful than Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Tua, hell, even Jared Goff, Herbert for sure. The market dictates that is the price for Brock Purdy, and I think people will always get hung up on the fact that he's Mr. Irrelevant. He wasn't number 3 in the draft. Just make it easier for you guys. Flip-flop him and Trey Lance in the draft, and it'll be a lot easier for you to accept this contract for Brock Purdy.
Yes, I think for a lot of people, I look at it like I'm done with the draft part of it now. Mm-hmm. I think the question for enough people might be, should they have done this? Not should they have done this, is this the right decision?
Sure.
I think you're as good as your options. They don't have a better option currently.
No.
But I look around the league. Let's see. I'm trying to think of another example. I think Kirk Cousins was taken in the 2nd round, if I'm not mistaken, way back when with Washington.
Probably right. No, he was backing up RG3 when he first came in the league.
And so I would say his career, he has done far more than Brock Purdy, right? But then now when he gets to Atlanta ultimately said, yeah, we're as good as our options. We've got a younger option that we think we're going to be better off. We're going to go with Michael Penix Jr.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's about draft there. Well, I guess in one sense you did draft the one other player in the 1st round, but I guess my point being is I don't look at Brock Purdy anymore as the last pick in the draft. That'll always be stay with him.
Sure.
But at some point we didn't really talk that much more about Brady being in the 6th round. It was just like, no, this guy's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. No, this guy is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Now this guy's the GOAT.
But it didn't happen right away.
It didn't happen
Brady.
right away.
It didn't. It took a while.
It did.
And I think probably at least 1, if not 2 championships for us to get over the fact. I mean, Jason, you and I both remember there were big time. Drew Bledsoe should not lose his job to injury. Belichick is out of his mind. That was a thing.
Yeah.
But I agree with your points.
I think the best thing Brock Purdy has done, and he's a part of it, I'm not trying to say he's just was win. He's won.
Yeah.
I think if they have a couple more years like last year, and last year was pretty dramatic, but where he was fine and the team didn't win very much, what are we going to be saying about this deal in a couple years? Now, I don't know, but if they win and he's a part of it, we won't be really criticizing the deal at all.
Part of it, too, is just his record.
Yeah, his record's been great. They just don't have a lot of other choices right now. But will they? You're always looking to upgrade somewhere along this deal. I wonder if they're going to be looking to upgrade.
We will take a break. When we come back, I want to get to Scotty Scheffler real quick. Just one question I had about it, Jason, and then we're going to get to the NBA as the new champion run is continuing, and I could not be happier. Also, you got a trivia question. I had a trivia question. You got a trivia question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll get to it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
When I wake up,
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
It's about time they
Fix that pothole.
Invented better windshield wipers.
made an internet that just works. Fidium Fiber Internet, starting at only $30 a month. It feels like Fidium. Offer available to residential customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See Fidium.com for details.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body?
Huh?
That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
San Francisco!
What a laser from Brock Purdy, and what a catch.
San Francisco 49ers single game tickets are available now.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Fred gets up and runs back the other way. One block and he's in. Gonna throw left for the end zone. It's caught by George Kittle.
Secure your seats at 49ers.com/tickets.
Touchdown!
Memorial Day savings explode at Matus El Pro Chevy. Save $12,500 off MSRP after rebates. Every new 2025 Silverado Turbo Max in stock. And Matus Chevy has similar savings on every new Silverado. One of the largest selections of new Silverado in the Sacramento area. $12,500 off new Silverado. Exclusively at the Matus Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MatusChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
This train 2011 remaining not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers.
For 70 years, we've been known as the Humane Society of the United States. But as the challenges animals face have grown, so have we. We are now called Humane World for Animals. And with you on our side, we are going to end animal cruelty around the globe. Join us. Humane World for Animals. The end of animal cruelty.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
KHD KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
We did. Sorry, that was in my ear, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm so hungry right now. Usually I'm good with it, but not today. Are you ever hungry and you have heartburn at the same time? It's not a good combo. I feel like that's.
You get that heartburn from not eating pizza?
Dude, that pizza last night, man. It's not good. Domino's Parmesan stuffed crust, chicken and jalapeno.
Surprised you went with Domino's.
It's right by the house. And it was like, I got like
convenience.
Yeah, and I got the two pizzas, two toppings. One was stuffed crust, and I had enough points for some of them Parmesan-y twists for like $25 out the door. Yeah, it's one thing I say. I'm giving them a commercial right now, but it's one thing I say about Domino's is like that should be their slogan should be "We try." Like they're not always great.
Right.
They've had some rough patches through the years, but I feel like they try.
Yeah.
Like they're trying. Like, hey, you know what? This sucks. We screwed that up. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Speaking of mixing it up, Scotty Scheffler won the PGA Championship. You want to take a guess as to how many majors he's won?
3.
I think a lot of people would be surprised because he's pretty much been a dominant robot since he came on tour 5 years ago. This is his first non-Masters major. He's won 2 Masters in the PGA. He's now halfway to the Slam. And one of the big stories was Rory McIlroy. His driver was not up to snuff, and he had to switch out. But then it turns out that Scotty Scheffler, same thing. His driver was deemed not conforming, if you will. And he had to switch it up. So in a conversation afterwards, and by the way, what happened is in both cases, I think, is that the driver testing focuses on, amongst other things, what's called the characteristic time of a club's face or its spring-like effect. Driver faces tend to creep or thin the more they're used by golfers, which gives them even more spring. Results of the testing are confidential, so the fact that we know is because they've said that. And Scheffler struggled to hit fairways with his new driver on the front nine yesterday. He says, I would argue that if we're going to test the drivers, we need to be even more robust in the way we test them. That was a conversation I had with one of the rules officials. If it's something we're going to take seriously, I feel like we're almost going halfway with it right now. If we're going to test only a third of the field, if we're going to do it right, leave it up to us as players like the rest of the rules in the game of golf are. I think they should test everyone's driver. It's not right just to test 50 guys. So again, about a third of the field. Jason, imagine if, and this isn't the same, but imagine if we found out that footballs were slightly deflated or a bat was corked or whatever. Now, golf is one of those games where literally part of the whole sport is basically an after-school special where these guys are calling penalties on themselves that could cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars because a ball moved like one rotation. You know, that it's a gentleman's game, if you will. I need somebody to explain to me why, when these players arrive generally on a Monday, why do their caddies not turn in their bags that night? And by the next day, at the very least, their driver, if there's a need to test all their clubs, why is everybody's driver not tested every single week as a part of the process? Yeah. Yes. What are we doing? Why are you screwing around with this? Both for the good of the game, but also for look, there's going to be people out there that are like, oh, Scotty Scheffler tried to cheat. No, he didn't. He played with a driver, and the longer you play with it, the more spring you get. And he's not going to test it. Why don't you just test them all? Right. You need to ask it.
Same way.
Right. Have everybody go through the little test. Ping. Oh, okay, this one's good.
It passes.
Pong. Oh.
Not good.
Not good.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
More painless pong.
Boston's eliminated. That guarantees Jason a different champion for a seventh straight season. The Raptors, the Lakers, the Bucks, the Warriors, the Nuggets, the Celtics. I believe two of those were brand new. I think the Bucks had won it before, right? Nugs and Raptors, and now whoever it's going to be this year. And three of the teams, if you don't count Seattle's history, and I don't, have never won the NBA Finals before. We're also going to be guaranteed to have two new teams in the finals. The last 3 seasons, it's been the Nuggets, Heat, Celtics, Mavs, and then this season. So,
is this good?
So, I love this. I love it. I think it's awesome. I think it's if the Kings aren't involved, this is exactly what I want to see. But you said, is this good? That is an incomplete question. Is it good for me as an NBA fan, or is it good for the NBA?
Good for the NBA would be my question. No. Well, they've just lived both halves of this, right? So now we're 7 years in a row of a different champion. Yes. Prior to that, it was Cavs Warriors for 4 straight years.
Yes.
That was better. Now,
Cavs Warriors,
it was LeBron, Steph.
That's the thing.
Pretty darn good for the league.
You either look. I'm talking from an NBA point of view. To be clear, I love this, but from an NBA point of view, I think their thing is either you need to have one of 3 things. Best case scenario, have all 3 things. Okay, large market, generational superstars or super duper stars, if you will, rivalries. The Warriors-Cavs series had 2 of those 3. Cleveland, not a huge market. But you had 2 generational superstars in Steph and LeBron going at it in their primes. And you had a rivalry because they were playing each other every year. It wasn't just a rivalry in the finals. It was so they could say, Christmas Day rematch. Last year, you had what was it? Dallas and Boston. You had 2 top 10 markets. You had Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Luka Doncic, and Kyrie Irving. So you had 4 superstars and you had 2 big markets. Awesome. You now have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Anthony Edwards and Jalen Brunson maybe. So, like, there's A stars and there's B stars. I think those guys are still B stars that will eventually, probably after this year, at least Edwards and SGA will break into the A star. Please understand, I'm not talking about how good they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the equation. I'm saying Steph Curry, LeBron James, probably Kevin Durant still. I know I'm forgetting a couple. You could argue Jokic is in there. Giannis. Like, they're still your top pyramid.
Right.
Now, granted, part of the way they got from the lower pyramid to the top pyramid is going through what SGA and Anthony Edwards are doing right now. This is how your future stars are molded. But I think overall the NBA is looking at this and they're going, okay, well, the Knicks are in, that's huge, but we've basically lost the whole Southern California market. We've lost California in general because the 2 biggest fan bases there are 2 of the most spoiled fan bases there. If my Lakers aren't in it, I don't care. One of my best friends I was golfing with yesterday, die-hard Warriors fan.
Okay.
Die-hard. Every game watches. I put on while we were golfing, I put on Denver OKC. And he goes, yeah, oh, hey, where's that series? And I go, oh, it's game 7. He goes, man, I didn't even realize they were playing each other. As soon as the Warriors were done, he checks out.
Yeah.
I would dare say that's most Warrior fans.
Yeah.
Part of it's because they're so damn spoiled. That's not a bad thing. I wish I was that spoiled.
Right.
So that you've got a lot of markets that have checked out for this.
And I'm wondering if we take the top star from each team. So if that's Halliburton, Brunson, I mean, it's Brunson or Towns, but let's say
I think it's Brunson. I agree with
you. Edwards and SGA. Mm-hmm. Does the winning team, byproduct, the winner of that, vault up? I mean, SGA will likely win the MVP. I think. If not, he's in the finalist. So you can maybe argue that he's ahead. I think a lot of people think very highly of Ant.
Yeah.
Brunson's done this now for a couple of years in a major market. And then Halliburton, I mean, he's been an Olympian. He's been really well thought of. But whoever comes out of this, and I'm assuming they're going to play pretty well along the way, did they jump into that top tier?
Here's what's strange about that. I actually think when you say it's important that we define top tier.
Well, the one you just put, like Steph,
yes, and
LeBron.
But when I say, because I don't think Steph and LeBron are the 2 best players in the NBA. What I do think is that they bring the numbers. Mm-hmm. So I just want to be clear. When I'm talking about top tier, I'm talking about the combination of how good they are, but also their watchability on a national scale. Is a Magic fan going to tune in to watch this player play on a Sunday on NBC? The strange thing is, Jason, I think that might be true for everyone except Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's going to win the MVP, who is the best player out of all 4 of those guys. But the problem is that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays in Oklahoma City, and I say this incredibly complimentary. It's kind of boring.
Him? Yeah, but I would say like that. I mean, Durant was there.
Durant was there,
that point.
But Durant was not always
never boring.
Never boring. Yeah. Anthony Edwards is the new face of the league. Jalen Brunson is the Prince of New York City and is incredibly watchable. Tyrese Halliburton, love him or hate him, he's a heel. I think Tyrese would be. I might put him 4th on the list, but I'm saying what the funny thing is with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, dude, he might be the best player in the NBA. He is a stud. I love him. I love his game. I'm rooting for his team.
Yeah.
But he's in Oklahoma City, and he's boring.
Yeah.
in a great way. He's not controversial. He's not dropping crazy quotes. He's not talking garbage to other teams. He's
getting to the free throw line every single night.
Right.
Time after time.
He is a free throw merchant. It's like he's kind of he's not Kawhi. He's more charismatic, or at least he's more openly charismatic than Kawhi. But here's the thing. I think other than his championship pedigree and his amazing play, I think part of Kawhi being a star is how boring he is. But like he's like a robot boring. Right. Whereas Shea is just kind of quiet and does his thing and goes about his business and does his thing.
Yeah.
Like, was Tim Duncan ever must-see television outside of the finals? Right. It's an interesting conversation because there really is no winner there. Oh, you got your trivia question to give us. You want to do it now or when we get back?
We can do it when we get back.
All right, when we come back, let's look at the Eastern Conference. New York versus the Pacers. And, Jason's got the history for you. We'll do it next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia, I got a tour of their headquarters, I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Well, my trivia question?
Yes.
So we're talking about this parity, right?
Yes.
It's happening in the NBA. 7 years in a row now, we're going to have a different champion. Well, there's been really good balance in the West, too. So since 2007, so it's 19 seasons now, every team but two have made the Western Conference Finals. Can you name them? I know you know one.
I know one, and
I
know the Kings.
Okay.
And I know the other.
You do?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty confident. Chris, do you know it?
The Pelicans?
Yeah.
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
That's correct.
That's crazy.
I mean, it was like, it's Utah. No, San Antonio.
It took me a second, but Utah made it. Gosh, like it wasn't like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think they were in the. No, Donovan Mitchell never did. I think that one might go back to 07 or 08.
I know that the Clippers made it once. Who's the other team? There was another team. Memphis made it. I think
one time. Portland's made it. Houston made it.
One of them made it like almost at the beginning of your thing, I think. Yeah, which is just the fact that God, all these years, all this time, and the fact that the Western Conference Finals is still, that is the, and I just want this team. I want this team to at the very least make the finals, obviously win a championship, but make the finals, even making the Western Conference. You'd have to make the finals because I honestly want to see, I want to see how that team, does that team surpass the 0-2 team?
Yes.
I think you're right, but I also think there's an age group that it won't. I honestly, Jason, think there is an outside chance that a team in Sacramento could win the finals.
You never know what.
And you'd have a group of people over 40 saying, you know what, I love this team, but man, I still think the 0-2 team would have beaten these guys in their prime. They got robbed. That's the best. Like, I feel like that would still, I'd be interested to see the mental gymnastics.
Yeah, I wonder, I think maybe the only argument would be is if that team that wins a championship here came in and just had like an outlier 1 year. They were one-hit wonder, won a title, and then just kind of went. Because I would still say that team in the 0-2 like was about a 3-year window where they were championship caliber. Now they only made it to the Western Conference Finals once, but there was a couple of the years where they were just as good.
Yeah.
But yeah, didn't win it, obviously.
I personally would be fine with like if you had a team out here that was like Dylan Brooks, Draymond Green, James Harden, I don't know, Genghis Khan, and name some other terrible person. Like, if they came here and all signed a 1-year deal and won a championship, I find myself going, like,
oh, Genghis.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm thinking, like, yeah, I'd have my Genghis 99 shirt on, my jersey. But also, like, it's like a chicken and the egg. Like, do you have to like the team that you're rooting for it to matter?
I think you overlook the flaws, whatever the flaws
are.
They're your guys.
They're your guys. It's
our
like
team.
And we'll find I'll find myself being on the show being like, I never really realized it till he was here, but man, Draymond gets a bad rap with everybody.
Well, look, I think a lot of us got frustrated with DeMarcus. I think everybody kind of did to some level.
Yes.
Some tolerated it more, some tolerated it less. But I think it would have been different if DeMarcus was winning 55 games.
I think it would have been if DeMarcus was winning 55 games a year, he would be Draymond Green. He'd be treated like him.
What he is. Yeah, but he was winning 35, and you're like, stop.
I also have absolutely, and I've been very open about my relationship with DeMarcus over the years. Started out terribly, ended up being really, really good. But I have no problems. If DeMarcus Cousins played his first 7-8 years on another team, I probably would have hated him top 3 any player in the NBA.
Yeah.
If he was drafted, like, for example, let's just make it terrible. Let's say he was drafted by the Lakers. I guarantee you I'd be on here God, he never shuts up. It's always everybody else's fault. He never takes accountability. He's always pissed at somebody. He is the biggest crybaby in the league. Like, I would hate DeMarcus Cousins if he didn't play for the Kings. By the way, there's a lot of Kings fans that still don't like, which I get. I totally get. New York going to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2000. Indiana, like Minnesota, going to the conference finals for the second straight year and the 6th time since 2000.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that many times, but you have this group now 2 years in a row. You have the Paul George run. You have the Reggie Miller run. So, yeah, I mean, it's a smaller market. They haven't had the ultimate victory, winning and having a parade, but they've been a pretty good organization.
It's actually funny because OKC, and I think rightfully so, gets a lot of the love from me and a lot of the people that, hey, that's how you run a small market franchise. That's how you run a low payroll franchise. Well, Indiana is 22nd in the league in payroll. And like you say, they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals 6 times in 25 years. I think because both they and OKC haven't won the whole thing, like you just said, it's kind of poo-pooed. But, dude, I would gladly take that success.
Yeah, for sure.
And by the way, he doesn't get, when you talk about him, he gets the love. When you talk about him, everyone goes, oh, yeah. But honestly, Rick Carlisle's not talked about enough.
Right. I agree.
He's not Greg Popovich, but he might be closest to.
Mm-hmm.
And even a guy like Eric Spoelstra, who I think has the longest tenure in the league now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
I want to say Carlisle might be second.
Well, he's been at a couple different spots.
That's right.
Dallas.
No, you're right. Yeah. I keep forgetting he was at Dallas and then went to Indiana. He's such a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good coach. The Knicks and Pacers played each other in back-to-back conference finals in 99 and 2000. I think they split those, didn't they? Didn't the Knicks win the Pacers?
Knicks went to the finals in 99, I think.
Did the Pacers go in 2000?
And lost to the Lakers.
Yeah. It's a weird rivalry because they're not geographically rivals. they're not divisional rivals.
Just conference.
Right, but also like
I think that's the Spike Lee, Reggie Miller.
It totally is. They're living off the rivalry of the past to make this new rivalry. Now you're gonna have Spike Lee front and center every game. Reggie Miller on the very last series on TNT will be on the call. I don't know if I like that or not. By the way, I'm not trying to feel bad for the Knicks. Well, you know what? I guess it kind of evens out. Mike Breen's going to be on the call if the Knicks are in the finals.
Yeah.
And so Reggie Miller's on the call in the Eastern Conference Finals, so whatever. But I will tell you this, Jason, I am unsure of a lot of things going into these NBA playoffs. If I had to bet one thing is about as close to an automatic as can be, there's going to be an incredibly fierce renewed rivalry between the Pacers and Knicks before this thing's done. Like, they're going to renew it. They said, well, it's the next chapter. This is going to be between Halliburton and those guys on the Pacers who are kind of trollish. And then you got the Knicks who have no problems yapping either. There's going to be some new rivalry coming.
I'm okay with that. I think that makes it more fun.
It does. I think even as much, if not more than market in sports, it's rivalry that draws people.
Yeah.
And
passion, fire behind all that, fan base, players themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you look over at OKC in Minnesota. It's like, okay, on paper, oh my God, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle, and then OKC with again SGA and Chet and Jalen Williams, all that. But again, that's all like I don't think those ratings are gonna touch the Knicks and Pacers ratings.
I wouldn't. Well, yeah, no. I mean, there's too many people in New York.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. I would think that's the bigger and best draw right now of the Final Four, at least.
Not that, and by the way, not that. Who cares? Who cares about the ratings? Do you have a pick?
I will take the Knicks.
Yeah,
yeah. I know you got the Pacers, right?
I think you're right.
Bing bong.
From the 916, you could sign the Pope, Michael Jordan, and the Toon Squad, and no team, regardless of accomplishments, will be better than my O2 Kings. That's from Ben.
Ben, that's your squad.
I don't think that's going to be the prevailing thought, but I do think like 25% of this. I think
people in that realm.
Absolutely. And then I'm just
their first love.
Now I'm waiting for the text at 916-339-1140 from the guy that he's going to say, dude, you are obsessed with the Pope. Like, I could literally just say Contavious Caldwell Pope, and he is Pope triggered.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that text. Make sure you're listening. We'll take a break. When we come back, Western Conference Finals preview as well, OKC, Minnesota. And we got Eric Church tickets to give away in the next hour. We'll take a break. We'll come back after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by San Francisco 49ers.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Welcome to your Monday. Getting out the door to a mild start to the day thanks to a bit of the breeze. We're still under a red flag warning through 8 o'clock tonight with periodic gusts over 20 miles per hour this afternoon. It'll be a little warmer as highs reach the low 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
San Francisco 49ers 2025 single game tickets are now on sale. Join the faithful at Levi Stadium. Secure your seats today at 49ers.com/tickets. That's 49ers.com/tickets.
Memorial Day is the unofficial beginning of summer and a time to reflect on the blessings we enjoy living in this country. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At Naturewood's Memorial Day sale, you choose the offer. It's like 2 sales in one. Take 10% off regular prices or get 24 months of no-interest financing with payments on approved credit. Then you can choose from living rooms, sofas, sectionals, dining rooms, bedrooms, home offices, and so much more. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, you can shop and save big on the best selection of quality furniture, including Sacramento's largest selection of furniture made in the USA. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishings. Off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for that water wheel.
Louis C.K. in an all-new show, Ridiculous 2025 Tour.
When I was younger, you had to go in the bank. Remember that? You had to go inside the bank. Now you look in the bank, you're like, what are those people doing in there? Are they cleaning? The money's out here.
Friday and Saturday, June 13th and 14th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com. Louis C.K. live on stage.
The Memorial Day Race to Savings is on. Get the best deals of the season at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? During the Memorial Day Race to Savings, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hagen Oaks wants to be your go-to total golf game fitter. Try the TrackMan experience, the very best technology to fit your metalwoods and irons. The new cutting-edge putter fitting studio with its $30,000 worth of technology is ready for your fitting. Hagen Oaks will help you find the best putter for your game. Hagen Oaks offers more technology, more choices, and more service. Schedule your fitting at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio by calling 916-808-2531, 808-2531 for more.
Skeeter here. Got a question. What's small and dark with white bands on its legs and bites during the day?
Mosquitoes. Hi, I'm Luz Maria Robles, but these are two new types of day-biting mosquitoes. They're invading our area and becoming a big problem.
And they can be dangerous.
But we're on it, so when you see them, report it at fightthebite.net. In the meantime, use insect repellent and drain stagnant water around your yard.
We're here to help with these day-biting mosquitoes.
Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Hey, just a travel reminder. Let's see. So everybody can mark. I feel like people just want to mark this in their calendars. They're big on this. I will be flying across the pond.
You sound like you're from London.
Or to New York Thursday. Missing the show for a travel day. I'll do Friday's show. Hopefully. I just feel weird about like cross country stuff. Like that's the plan. There's plenty of time to make it happen. Right. Just, and then, so we'll be together Friday. I'll be off Thursday. And then you're gone next week, right? Monday, a holiday.
Correct.
And then you're gone Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I am.
Do you have something cool planned?
It's my golf trip.
Oh, that's right. The Bandon Dunes trip. Yay. That is safe to say that is your favorite trip of the year, right?
Absolutely love it. Well, I love all trips.
Yeah.
Yes, always love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Is there anything you begin to do? Let's see here, by the way. So you'll be there next, when do you arrive in Bandon?
Sunday.
And you drive up. Oh, there's really no other way to do it, right?
You can. There's other ways, but you just drive. It's easier.
So you get up there. It'll be 60 degrees and sunny on Sunday.
Okay. Which is fun. Oh, go ahead. You can keep looking.
60 degrees and raining Monday.
Okay.
59 and raining Tuesday.
Okay.
63 and a raining Wednesday. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, how could you go that far?
On the phone.
It goes like 10 days?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well,
it's going to be wrong.
Right.
But it probably will.
Well, and that's the thing I was going to say is that up there changes all the time.
Yeah.
There was one time we were playing and there was the other twosome that was with us that had a caddy, and the caddy's kind of looking out there and he goes, "It's going to rain in about an hour and a half." I'm like, and we had blue skies, but you could see some clouds in the distance, and sure enough, it was about an hour and a half, and it rained for about 10 minutes, and it went away. I'm like, how did he know that?
Which do you, because these are both very prevalent up there, which do you dislike more? Would you rather have sunny skies and 27-mile-an-hour gusts, or would you rather have slight drizzle, but, winds 7 to 9 miles an hour?
Probably that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wind affects golf more than anything.
It does.
Yeah.
So you get to play, you're going to have the best of all worlds, because you'll get a little like some.
Well, we'll see. Like sometimes it's like, did it rain for a few minutes? Did it rain hard the whole time? Did it rain later in the day? Did it rain in the morning? Like sometimes like, oh, it rained overnight. Oh, okay. It's fine. It's not raining at all today.
What's the worst weather you've had there, and what's the best weather you've had there?
Best weather's just been perfect. Blue skies, no wind.
Yeah. Wow.
But then I've had sideways rain. I mean, like so windy, and the rain's like coming at an angle, and just brutal. But in the same round, by the end of the round, it was sunny.
So you're packing a lot of, you're packing different gear.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. But you play no matter what.
So you get like the regular conditions, and you get like British Open conditions all at once.
That's what I mean. The joke there is, let me see that explore. Did you enjoy all 4 seasons out there?
Right.
Yeah.
And just so people understand, there are no carts at Bandit Dunes.
Correct.
Is all walking.
Yes.
Now, do you rent the cart up there, or do you have a cart of your own that you bring up there?
Oh, the one thing that they have there, they just have these pull carts, but they're bigger, like bigger wheels.
Okay.
Super light. Just put the bag on there. It's an easy walk.
I saw somebody yesterday. This was pretty dope. He had a push cart, but it had a remote control.
Oh yeah, I've seen people out there.
Those are sick.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah, there's some pretty gnarly hills that you have to go up or down.
So it's a whole.
It's a like you're fatigued, let's say, after the round.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't like, and I hate when I go play and there's people walking in front of me. I get it's like clapping. I'm like, God, can you just like I wish golf. This is a message to all people that run golf courses, and you're probably going to disagree with me here, but I think all municipal golf. I think if your golf course on the weekend is more than 80% booked, you should ban walking, cart only. Because we had people yesterday in front of us that they were going as fast as they could, but they're walking. And it's just, anytime you see there's some that are faster than others.
Yeah. And
generally people that are walking the course, I found, are actually usually pretty good.
Right.
But it's just like, dude, we've got 3 foursomes piled up on this par 3.
Yeah. Then they should be,
They should be walking.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's just, anyways, well,
you drive fast.
I do. Well, that's the thing. It's because I almost always play scrambles.
Yeah.
And so we're just like, ding, 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 ding. Let's go. We play fast golf. I played, sorry, everybody, it's turned into golf stories. I got a hair at my butt and went out and, is that the word? And called my buddy Saturday before I had to get the kids. And we teed off at Wood Creek at 5:27.
Whoa.
5:27.
You were first one out?
No, PM.
Oh, okay.
PM. Played 18.
Yeah.
Got all 18 in.
Nice.
We just jammed through, no one in front of us. Hit 18. The sun had just gone down, but the sky was still,
perfect. Love that time of day.
The golden hour.
Yeah.
Western Conference Finals preview time. Oklahoma City has made the conference finals 4 times since 2000. The last time 9 years ago. This is the 2nd straight year Minnesota has made it 2 times, or made it to the conference finals. Last year they lost to Dallas, who went on to lose to Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, Minnesota's got Anthony Edwards. I saw one of those who is it, like the guy with the scythe death? Is that who it is? The guy who comes for you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it was like
Grim Reaper.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper. Thank you. And it was like he was passing all these doors, and Like one had LeBron and Luka, and then the next one had Draymond and Steph, and now he's going after SGA and Chet and friends. He's got a nice body count going through the Western Conference playoffs so far.
This would be an impressive run if Minnesota could keep it going. Now, Minnesota, I think about this, like you said, they made it last year. Last year, they were the number one defense.
Yes.
They're still a very good defense. Edwards has blossomed into just this amazing player. I'd love it for like a guy like Conley if they made it. I mean, OKC should be the favorite. They will be the favorite. I think during the year they were 2-2. I will likely pick OKC, but I just feel like I want to see a little bit more of the matchups. I think there's a shot here for Minnesota. And it's not because not because OKC got pushed to 7, but it does feel like they're less, like at one point it kind of felt like this team's kind of invincible. Who's going to beat them 4 times?
Sure.
Well, Denver didn't, but could have. And can Minnesota keep that same thing going, or is it just this is now a worse matchup for them? I don't know. I really want to see what this looks like.
It's interesting when you look at Minnesota. The Kings hold the longest stretch without making the playoffs at 16. That was obviously broken a couple years ago, but Minnesota's third at 13.
Yeah, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I remember there was like some sort of stat when the Kings were in that 16-year drought. The worst winning percentage in that time wasn't Sacramento.
It was Minnesota. You're 100% right. Minnesota's playoff, you could argue when you take everything into account that Minnesota's had been worse than the Kings since they came in the league.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think there was also a stat around Minnesota, Dave, that they had never moved up in the lottery ever. And then they finally did when they got Anthony Edwards.
I'm looking at the list right now of the top 5 longest NBA title droughts. Chris, play along if you would. Top 5 longest droughts. Can you name them? Or how many can you name?
The Kings.
The Kings are number 1 at 74 years.
Timberwolves.
Wait, what do you mean 74? Championship droughts?
Championship.
Okay.
Championship.
Playoff.
Okay.
Championship.
Kings, yeah.
Yep, number 1, 74 years.
Well,
the Knicks.
The New York Knicks are 5th at 52 years.
Jazz.
The Jazz are 6th at 51. Missing 2, 3, and 4.
How about
1 Eastern Conference, 2 Western Conference?
Phoenix
3rd at 57. 1 Eastern Conference. Who is 2nd?
Wait, I'm sorry. Phoenix,
3rd. Championship.
Okay, when was that?
That was never. Since they've been in the league. 1968. Okay. The other one, the other Western Conference team, which is 4th, never. And the team that's 2nd, Eastern Conference, 1958. 67 years.
Does Seattle count?
Seattle does not count, but
Okay.
the Oklahoma
What's
City
the
/
Seattle?
Seattle is 46 years.
Okay. What's the Seattle team?
You're stupid.
Let's go with
1 Eastern, 1 Western. The Western Conference. Atlanta is number 2 at 67 years. They haven't won it since 1958. And the Western Conference team has never been there. And you both should have already gotten this. And you're going to yell at me when I say it. The Los Angeles Clippers, 55 years. By the way, the Knicks at 52 are 5th. At 8, the Indiana Pacers. At 11th, if you count Seattle, the Oklahoma City Thunder. And at 14th longest title drought, the Minnesota Timberwolves. The only reason they're 14th is they also have never been.
Yeah.
They have never won. They were an expansion team in 1989. Minnesota has had a time of it. By the way, have never been in the finals, period, ever, not one time. Good. I mean, honestly, good for them. Like, you know what? Good for them. By the way, the longest, there is a two-way tie at the top of the list, and then we'll go to break. A two-way tie for the longest drought. How many seasons? Longest seasons since they won a playoff series. Any series at any level. There's two teams tied at 21.
Sacramento.
Sacramento is one. I want to say the last iteration.
No.
The last iteration of this team, which by the way is also an expansion team in our lifetimes, had one of their two star players courtside at the Knicks Celtics game. I think I'm right about this.
It was in Orlando?
It was in Orlando. I might be wrong. It might be 04, because that'd be what, 04, 9. They were 90s. But it was another one of that group of expansion. It might have been the same. Was it? This team expanded, went away, and came back.
Oh, the Hornets.
The Hornets. Charlotte and Sacramento, both at 21 since they last won a playoff series. So when you look at Minnesota, really honestly, I guess, for those who are big-time underdog fans, they're probably the biggest underdog.
Yeah.
That's your team. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot? It's not Manchester City. Who's not? It might be Manchester City. And we'll go streaking. We'll do that next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com to join.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports injury update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. TJ McFarland out with that left adductor strain, left game action after covering first base on a ground out. Manager Mark Kotze said an MRI revealed a grade 2 strain and that there will be some time missed. JT Ginn, out with that right elbow information, will join the A's in San Francisco. Next step is a bullpen, and if all goes well, he will return to the rotation. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Have an injury? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, an injury law firm, has many happy clients in Sacramento and the surrounding areas who have called Downtown. Get paid for your injuries from slip and falls or auto accidents. One of their most recent settlements was $1.5 million for a motorcycle accident. Have you had an auto accident? Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222 and visit them at calldowntown.com.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples prints it all.
Oh, you bet. Posters, banners.
Can you print it all for Father's Day?
Oh, of course. Photo gifts like canvas prints, photo puzzles.
Can you print it all for graduation?
Sure can. Custom cards and invites.
Can you print a huge banner with the grad's picture?
Oh, definitely.
Even an embarrassing baby picture?
Oh, those are the best kind.
I know, right?
Print it all for dads and grads at Staples. And right now, get 40% off custom cards, invites, and photo gifts. N75 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
This Memorial Day, don't just make plans, drive them. With Toyota's Summer Starts Here sales event, the road's calling for you, your playlist, and your new ride. Right now, get a low-cost lease on a 2025 RAV4, or shop the industry's best lineup of hybrid SUVs, like the Grand Highlander Hybrid, Land Cruiser, or the Toyota Crown Signia. Toyota's got the ride to match your summer vibe. Hurry into Toyota's Summer Starts Here sales event today. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Offers end 6/2/25.
San Francisco!
What a laser from Brock Purdy, and what a catch.
San Francisco 49ers single game tickets are available now.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Fred gets up and runs back the other way. One block and he's in. Gonna throw left for the end zone. It's caught by George Kittle.
Secure your seats at 49ers.com/tickets.
Touchdown!
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Hey, Chris.
What's that?
Question for you.
Yes.
Who's hot?
Oh, the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks.
Yeah, on Saturday, they scored 12 runs. They had 15 hits in their game against the Colorado Rockies. That's pretty hot.
Sorry for the tardiness. I was just talking to newly retired Tom Mley on the.
Who is this? Where am I?
As you all may know, our friend Tom Mley retired last Friday after 71 years in the business. Hall of Famer. Used to be Commander Tom.
Yeah.
Used to be the news guy on this station.
Voice guy.
You're the one that told me that. I asked him. I thought he was going to still come in and make coffee.
He's not?
No.
Oh.
Apparently not.
I have to go fishing.
That's right. He retired to go fishing. Also, by the way, who's hot? How about Crystal Palace? They win the FA Cup at Wembley, the first major trophy for a team that's like, I think, literally 150 years old.
No.
They were in the 18-somethings, they were saying. What?
They're not 150 years old.
I think I'm overdoing it, but I think, well, I mean, I think they're, what, like, got to be like 100 and something, over 100. I don't know what the hell Crystal Palace is, but whatever. I know they're a London team.
Wrong on both accounts, David.
Oh.
119 years.
Sorry.
They started in 1905. Pretty young team, if you ask me.
Yes, 1905. Just basically new kids on the block is who they are. 10th in the Premier League, yet somehow we're able to topple the Giants, the most successful team in the Premier League of the last decade plus. Manchester City ended up beating them and taking the title. It's a big deal. You could see fit. Let me ask you this there, Chris, and then we'll move on because I know nobody else cares. When you watched the Cup and it ended and Palace had won and you saw the fans like literally sobbing, was there any part of you that was happy for them?
There was a lot of me that was happy for them.
Okay, good. All right. Because you went through that. Like, not like that, but, you know, you got the tattoo and everything. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, it's not the same trophy, but it's cool.
Who's not?
The Arizona Diamondbacks.
Wait, same team?
Same team.
Yeah, well, I told you how they scored 12 runs. They actually lost that game to the Rockies 14-2. Diamondbacks are 1-3 when scoring 11 or more runs this season. The only other Major League Baseball team in the modern era to lose 3 of their first 4 games scoring 11 or more runs in a season was the
Bears.
Dodgers.
1929 Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
Only baseball can say in the modern era, and it was like almost 100 years ago.
Okay, so this is you, Jason?
This was a gift today. Yeah,
It was.
Yeah, Kyle brought it in. It's from Simone.
Oh, Simone.
Yeah.
We love Simone. Okay.
Kyle's tried it. I've tried it. Chris has tried it.
Okay, you tried it. Spice scale 1 to 10.
I don't want to reveal anything.
Okay, so just so people understand, this is a flavor of Pringles. It's the name of the flavor is Hot Ones. If you're not familiar with Hot Ones, that's the show where the dude interviews like these super celebrities while they're eating insanely hot, progressively insanely hot chicken wings.
But it's not the last dab.
It's not what?
The hot sauce. It's not the last dab.
What dab
Well, we
is
all
it?
went in not knowing, so I think you should
I
not
am
know.
The
super-
caliente is on the lower scale.
I would like to say that I said earlier I'm super duper hungry, but also I have heartburn from the pizza last night. So I am at like such a crossroads right now because I'm going to have one.
I had one.
But also
Kyle and Chris, I believe, had 2.
I might die. Mm-hmm. Very flavorful.
Mm-hmm. Your thoughts?
You okay?
That's the look my dog gave me when I gave it Pop
Well,
Rocks.
okay, hold on. Well, hold on. I paused because I was about to say there's literally no spice. There's literally no spice. And then that look was, there is, and it's growing.
Yeah.
It's not yet. I don't think we've reached the peak yet. It's still growing right now on me.
It's one to grow on.
For the first like 3 seconds, there was no spice. I was almost mad. Like, dude, you can't call this hot ones. And that it's more like bland ones. It's not terribly hot. I would say it is, if my perfect realm of spice is a 3 to 4, I'd say this is a 5. It's slightly a little more uncomfortable than I want it to be. My throat and mouth are actually physically warm right now, but I'm not dying.
Okay.
I'm going to guess both Kyle and Chris were like, kind of tickled. Right, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Not really spicy?
No, I said it's a perfect spice.
You also come from a Latin background. I wanted to ask you a question.
This is never good.
I know, but you know what? I just ask the questions and I do it with an open heart and mind. So I have a friend. She is originally from Mexico. She posted a picture of a meal over the a meal over the weekend. And I've seen this many times before. So it was like, it literally was like, it was rice, beans, and I think a torta, and then a whole jalapeno. So the plate is like beans, rice. I think it was a torta again. I don't know, something like that with lettuce and stuff. And then just a fresh whole jalapeno, not sliced, just a jalapeno. So I have a couple here. Number one, is that fairly normal? Is that like a Mexican condiment, if you will, or in Spanish
for some
cuisine?
people?
Okay. Secondly, when eating it, is it knife and fork, slice, piece off the jalapeno, stab it with the fork, eat your food? Or is it take a bite, then grab the jalapeno like you would an apple and then continue eating? Or again, is that?
Yeah, depends.
Really? Wow. But that's fairly normal just to have a jalapeno on the side? Mm-hmm. Wow. I don't hate it.
Okay.
I don't hate it at all.
Yeah.
I love jalapenos. The only problem is, as I've said before, you don't know. There are some jalapenos that taste like black peppery bell peppers.
Uh-huh.
And then there's some jalapenos like I had last night that I'm still feeling the next day.
Right.
There should be more control over it. There should be some sort of
control your peppers.
There should be ratings. You shouldn't just have to bite into something and be like, it might be slightly spicy. It might kill me. Anyways, still a little burning.
Yeah.
Let's go streaking, please. I think we have time for this.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're
streaking.
From the text line, from the 209, where has Simone been? Well, Simone's doing great work with our Sacramento Republic.
Yeah.
I hear from the people over there. I mean, Simone's great at aim, and she does, but she's over there kicking butt and taking names. So good for Simone. We do miss her, but we do keep in touch.
Yes.
Back to you, Jason.
All right, Dave, your streak was at 2 going into Friday. I was at 1, and Chris was also at 1. Both you and Chris took Jacob Wilson of the Athletics. He got up 3 times in game 1 against the Giants, and he went 0 for 3.
Come on, Jake.
Oh, you suck.
What game streak?
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so you both are at 0. I had taken, with a 1-game streak, took Aaron Judge. He got up 4 times. He got 2 hits.
Oh,
Friday.
Aaron Judge got 2 hits.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what you guys are talking about without a hit.
Have a chip.
No thanks. Not right now. I'm on fire still.
Seriously.
All right. So you get a pick from anybody today.
You know what?
As long as they play.
I will say this. For those who say I don't support the A's, for those who say we don't talk enough about the A's, I'm going to do something I don't generally do.
Sam.
I'm going right back to the well because he
Yeah.
ain't going to let me down 2 days in a row.
Jakob?
Give me Jakob Wilson again. Jay, I know you can do it, Jacob.
Yes, he can. I'm going to take Gleyber Torres.
Gleyber.
Chris?
I'm going to take a young man with the name of Jackson Holiday.
What? Is Jackson Holiday your Kyle Juszczyk touchdown? I think it is.
No, because I get it.
Looks like that chip.
Oh, that's for the Crystal Palace comments. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Denver Nuggets, let's post-mortem those guys. They got to figure some stuff out. We'll talk about it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Skeeter here. Got a question. What's small and dark with white bands on its legs and bites during the day?
Mosquitoes. Hi, I'm Luz Maria Robles, but these are two new types of day-biting mosquitoes. They're invading our area and becoming a big problem.
And they can be dangerous.
But we're on it, so when you see them, report it at fightthebite.net. In the meantime, use insect repellent and drain stagnant water around your yard.
We're here to help with these day-biting mosquitoes.
Visit us at fightthebite.net.
It's Clean Car Month. Right now, get the Pro X1 Car Care Collection Wash Kit for just $19.99. Exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Oh, I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
With so many ways to warm up before golf, a group of university researchers tried to cut through the clutter. 24 low handicap players were split into groups. The first group was instructed to hit 9 shots in a row with 4 different clubs that set targets. The second group also hit 36 shots, but in a random order. Maybe 1 shot with a driver, 1 with a 7-iron, another with a wedge, and so on. Then all the golfers from both groups hit 9 test shots that simulated the kind of shots they'd hit on the course. Results found that the group who practiced with randomized shots performed better than the first group. Well, that's one study, but it's probably important to note that rather than hit a bunch of shots with 3 clubs, you might be better off hitting different clubs to different distances. You'll have practice shots to different targets with different clubs, presumably just like you'll do on the golf course. Give it a try. What do you have to lose except a few shots on your scorecard? That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the biggest selection, the best prices, and unbeatable customer service. Check them out online, sacksuperstore.com, for the guaranteed lowest price on Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Open until 10 o'clock and right across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. sacksuperstore.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, Chris.
Yo.
How you feeling after that stack of chips?
Good.
Yeah? Not warm?
Nope.
Totally fine.
Yep.
Okay. Good for you. Good for you.
Good for America.
And America. So, what did you say this was on the Hot Ones scale challenge?
Oh, it's early on in the Hot Ones.
And how many do they have? 9 or 10?
I think it's 9.
9. So you'd say it's around a 3 or 4?
It might be like 2 or 3.
2 or 3? Chris just had a stack of those. No issues.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good now.
But it's still there.
Oh, really?
A little bit.
Okay.
From the 209. Okay, this is also a problematic possible question, but I don't think it is. I hate when Dave says Spanish words in the whitest possible way. Moving beyond that, is it more annoying if a non-Spanish speaker super enunciates Spanish words when he says them?
Or
like, if he just goes, I mean, okay, there's like, I could be like jalapeno, right? personally. I hope he gets the job.
Mm-hmm.
I think he will get the job. I love the story. I'm obviously in love with him because he's Rick Adelman's son. I'm not going to lie. Also, having gone through the road he's gone through to get there, and dealing with stuff both on and tragedies off the court, all that, for him to get there and get that shot, I too think the guy deserves a full training camp and all that stuff. So I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
Also,
what?
There's no way for me to say this without it sounding like an insult, and it 100% isn't. And let me just be very clear. I'm nothing to look at. But it has been bothering me since he showed up on the scene. He looks like somebody. There's something incredibly familiar about him. I don't know if it's a little gap in the teeth. I don't know.
Do you have the person?
I just figured it out. This is not an insult. It's just who I think he looks like. I want to be very clear. And once you see it, I think you're going to agree with me. Maybe not. Tell me he does not look like Alfred E. Newman. Come on, I'm serious. Tell me he does not look like a more professional dude. Come on. I'm telling you, look it up. Not
no freckles.
No freckles, not red hair. Okay. Here's David Adelman.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on. And
I'll accept it.
One of the funniest, most beloved characters of all time, Alfred E. Newman. That's who it is. In my brain, that's who it's been this whole flipping time, dude. That's who he. And I wanted to make sure I said like 5 minutes of things I love about him and how
so
much.
It's okay.
How much. That's who it is, dude.
He's joining us next, so you could tell it.
I would like to think he'd have. I think he's the type of guy that have a sense of humor about that, especially if he saw what I mean, look. By the way, who's to say that's a bad way to look? Right. Al Newman grew up and made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, probably had some kids.
He hasn't grown up yet, has he?
I don't even know.
Has he aged?
Did he ever start a family? By the way, are there still Mad magazines? There have to be, right?
Are there magazines?
Alfred E. Newman. When did he start? Alfred E. Newman dates back to late 19th century advertisements for painless dentistry. Also the origin of his what me worry motto. The Mad Magazine editor, Harvey Kurtzman, began using the character in 1954. Wow. Did we ever find out what the E stood for? And by the way, I'm seeing some old school pictures of him. Like, come on, look. If I was like, hey, there's a caricature of him in sixth grade. Man, I had a subscription. Did you ever have a subscription to Mad Magazine?
Yeah, I did.
I think anybody over 40 did.
Yeah.
Then at the very back of the Mad Magazine,
I paid my taxes.
They pushed together the.
I don't know if I had the subscription. I know I had highlights.
Subscription, the magazine highlights? Yeah.
I remember getting the Mad Magazine. I don't know if we had a subscription or not.
I know anytime I went to Thrifty's, I was eating ice cream and reading the new Mad Magazine. Then they came out with, what was it, the GoBots version, Cracked? Remember Cracked magazine? No? Yeah, they had Cracked.
That was a different magazine for me.
Why?
Cracked became a pretty good website, and then it kind of...
We're not talking about the same thing, are we? Or
Yeah.
Are we?
Mm-hmm.
Are you not doing a bit? Yeah, Cracked?
Oh, yeah.
We need Mad
Who's that guy on the cover of Cracked?
It's Falfred B. Blumen. Totally. This is like the McDowell's.
Alfred B. Newman.
What? The who?
Alfred B. Newman.
Alfred
like
B.
Michael
Newman,
B.
yes.
Jordan.
We need Mad. Wow, what a ripoff this was of Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew it was, but this is like Oasis and the Beatles. They're not even trying to hide it. We'll take a break. When we come back, how about a Boston Celtic postmortem, if you will? Oh boy, and a trade somebody brought up over the weekend. We'll see if you think this is realistic. We'll get to that in just 1 minute.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9861. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9861. That's 800-575-9861. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. During the break, I had another one of these hot Pringles.
Yeah, and
it is actually better with water. That didn't work for you?
I just had the one so far. So,
man, I'm so hungry. I'm gonna go home and have some hummus. I'm gonna make it.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I've been getting into my own. I've been doing my own hummuses, and soy sauces lately.
Okay,
that's been my thing. I've like right now. I've got a garlic. I got a garlic hummus. I got a basil hummus, which is kind of like a pesto, but not really. And then I got a black pepper hummus, which is just smoking. Yeah. It's garbanzo beans, olive oil, and tahini paste. It's so simple and cheap. Do you like hummus?
Yeah. That's okay. I like garbanzo beans better than actual hummus.
Like on a salad.
Uh-huh.
I do like garbanzo. Yeah. How do you feel about beets? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a big steamed beets with salt and pepper guy, not pickled beets.
Right.
Not a pickled beet guy. Chris, beets, your thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle, beets. How you feel about beets? Thumbs up, thumbs down. He's not a beets guy.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Whatever.
Just you. You stand alone.
Yeah, well, the Boston Celtics got beat. For just the third time in the last 9 seasons, the Celtics are not in the conference finals. Oh, Boston.
How are they coping?
Not well.
Yeah.
Not well. The clam chowder is cold. The beans are mushy. The cream pies are stale.
What is in that?
A Boston cream pie?
Yeah.
Cream.
That's it?
And then chocolate on the top.
What's the Boston part?
It's a Boston version of a cream pie. It's got the
microprocessors.
Yeah. It's a regular cream pie, but with attitude. Yeah. So they got a free agent issue. Al Horford, Luke Cornett, and Torrey Craig.
Well, they also have a Jason Tatum issue.
Yeah, no Jason Tatum next year is the assumption, and they have the highest salary next year of all the national and basketball associations, as they are right now. Everybody kicks in. They're now currently at 223, almost basically 224. It's 223,928. Let's call it 224, which is a full $14 million ahead of the Phoenix Suns, which as of right now are still there. Weirdly enough, you go all the way down to 17th place. The Cleveland Cavaliers will almost certainly be second. They jump up to second in the NBA next year. So let's take a look at Boston, Jason. I'm going to throw out a trade that was proposed
on
the internet over the weekend.
What team was it involving?
It was involving the Boston Celtics and the Sacramento Kings.
Okay. I'm intrigued. It was an internet trade. This has to be good.
It was basically, let me find the other part of the Kings part because there were two parts here. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. Let me find the other part. Oh, I got it. Okay. It was Trey Lyles and DeMar DeRozan.
Okay. Well, Lyles is a free agent, but we'll play along.
Play along.
Yeah.
For Drew Holiday.
Okay.
Drew Holiday makes $32 and $34 million over the next 2 years and has a player option for $37 the year after. Now, the thought behind this was, as it was explained to me, is that the Celtics are going to need some sort of scoring replacement, if you will, for Jason Tatum. There's no replacing Jason Tatum, but they're going to need some sort of scoring replacement for Jason Tatum. And that the Celtics were going to have some serious apron problems. But then on top of that, they could just move, Derek White or Peyton Pritchard in there with Jaylen Brown and be fine. And then the Kings would, of course, get their point guard. Who says no to that?
Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to present that as neutrally as possible because I said the same. I said, I think Boston would laugh you out of the room.
Yeah, it's just a different identity for them, but I don't think it's an identity that makes them better or more of a winner. I think their strength is their versatility in two-way players.
Yes.
In White, in Holiday, in Brown, and in Tatum. Horford to some extent. Porzingis can be. They got to figure out something with Horford being a free agent and trying to fill that void. I don't think Boston says yes to that.
Yeah, I don't either. I really, he's such a big part of their team. I mean, it's not like one of those, like I can see the person's logic in the sense, well, obviously we know why the Kings would want.
Yeah, they could they could do this without Holiday. I just don't think that's the trade.
No, I think they get more. And getting DeRozan, who's a reliable scorer, you're saving $10 million a year and you're off that contract 2 years early and you have other folks that could step in. Like, I get why they would think that up. I just don't think that's what Holiday's value is. Again, I think DeRozan is if there's a negative asset and a positive asset and then there's a neutral asset, I think DeRozan is just above neutral. Like Levine's a negative asset for sure. I think DeRozan is like on a scale of 0 to 100. If 0 is neutral, I think he's like a 10. Like you might get an expiring and a future something, or couple of seconds, maybe a conditional top 28 protected first in 2038. I don't know, but the Celtics got to do something, dude. Or do they, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know if they have to try to find a way. Look, they're still really good. I think this is still a team that can threaten in the East, but without Tatum for the full year, most likely. I mean, I just don't think you also bring Tatum back. I'm sure his recovery will lend to the fact that he might be back close to playoff time, but is that when you want to reintroduce him to the team is the most high leverage situation of the year? So I'm assuming he's going to be out the entirety of the year. And at that point, then you just see what he can provide. But we're going to see probably 2 champions crowned before he comes back, this year's and next year's.
I don't want to ask the question, could Boston be better without Jason Tatum? Because that would be silly, because Jason Tatum is a top 10, if not top 5 player in the league. But much like how we've talked about teams with different looks tend to surprise other teams, I would say this too. Kristaps Porzingis, and I don't know if he's still there next year, but part of why they lost is obviously Porzingis was not right at all. And then we find out yesterday that Jaylen Brown's playing through a torn meniscus. My question is this, like, do we know they're worse without Jason Tatum?
No, not for a fact.
I mean,
the assumption is yes that they would be.
I think they would be over 82, but I do think I.
But I mean, would you pick them to win a championship without him? And that's what that organization is trying to do right now.
Yes,
they're in a championship window that I think a lot of people thought prior to the Tatum injury. Look, I thought they would come back and beat the Celtics even when they were down 0-2. I mean, beat the Knicks. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But that's a big piece to what they do, and they don't need to tear it down, but they kind of need to be creative and find some other pieces that can help them keep this thing in contention while they wait for Tatum.
Is there any point in maybe them taking a swing at Giannis? Let me tell you what I'm thinking about here. Are they a better team with Jaylen Brown, or are they a better team with Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Probably with Giannis.
So do they?
How do they get him?
They dangle Jaylen Brown and some draft capital, and I wonder if that gets the Bucks' attention. I mean, he's making some money, that's for sure, but Jaylen Brown's also he's Jaylen Brown, and I don't know. I mean, he's younger. Is he actually younger? I think never mind. I think they're fairly close. He's signed. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. If you're Boston, do you go, okay, we're going to take a swing and switch things up with Giannis. We've got Pritchard and Derek White in our backcourt. We can mingle through with that with Giannis up front.
And Holiday still too.
Holiday there, you're right. And then next year we come back and we've got Tatum and Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if that's something that Brad Stevens goes. Brad Stevens not afraid.
Right. No, he's been aggressive in the past. I think he'll continue to be because, again, this is still a team that has a window here. It might be more difficult next year.
Yeah.
But and then you got to see if they think Tatum will be the same player when they come back.
And that's the great unknown.
Yeah.
Right. That is the absolute great unknown here. And by the way, here's another thing. This is the real one, dude. Like, honestly, this is the crazy question. Do you dangle Tatum at a team?
I mean, selling low, don't you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
But you're not going to have him next year.
Right.
And you're already having cap issues and all kinds of stuff coming up. And by trading him, you're still going to get a pretty massive haul.
Oh, you should.
So now all of a sudden you take the team where you have one guy who's taking up a ton of cap room, but also is going to contribute zero next year. And there's no guarantee he's going to be the same when he comes back. What happens if you throw Tatum at a team? I mean, hell, what happens if you throw him at Phoenix for Durant? Well, they don't have draft capital, but I'm just thinking out loud. Does Boston even entertain the idea of, okay, we're not going to get anything out of Tatum next year. We got to move. Our window's closing here. We're going to get a haul for Tatum and add him into the roster, maybe even be better. I don't know.
Yeah, you better get that one right because, I mean, if that's Stevens and you're trading a guy like that, that's kind of been the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
That would be a tough one.
He's a Boston Pantheon guy, too. That didn't go over well. We'll take a break when we come back. What to watch and also what not to watch. Yeah, sad day. Cross Talk with Alan Stiles and Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies and more. age seem
Yeah,
off.
and I don't know that it's not mature. I'm just wondering if it's like, is he not like Buddy Hield? There's certain things like they get teams have gotten frustrated with Buddy. He can shoot. He's as good as a shooter there is in the league. I mean, Buddy's an NBA player, and so is Kuminga. But it's like, why are they not playing him? And I don't have the answer to that. That's what gives me reservations. More so, it's when they don't use him, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's something, especially in that culture too. And maybe it's just
he's surrounded. He could be surrounded with a bunch of veterans and not play him. I don't understand.
From the 401.5, the Kings should give Levine DeMar and a couple of draft picks for Tatum. Okay, no, Chris is laughing. Chris is laughing, and he should. But either keep that Tatum. Does it make any difference for you if it's Tatum or Jaylen Brown in that scenario? If you're Boston.
Yeah.
Here's the only reason I'm thinking about it. Let's talk through how dumb this is, but also maybe it's not. They get a volume scorer in Levine surrounded by guys who can play defense. They get DeRozan, who's another volume scorer on a team that's going to need scoring with Tatum out. But also, those picks would have to be like 27 and 29 unprotected.
Mm-hmm.
I think for Boston to even not die of actual laughter, it makes you go, okay, well, hold on. Like Sacramento Kings draft picks are maybe the most valuable asset of any draft asset in the entire NBA. Boston's seen that firsthand. That's how they got Tatum. I don't know. It seems incredibly silly when you first read it, but it does make me think because of those two picks. Bill Simmons, noted Celtics fan.
Yeah.
Bill Simmons has proposed a trade.
I saw that one.
In which the Celtics trade Jaylen Brown and Jrue Holiday.
Oh, no, maybe I didn't see this one.
To the Rockets for Fred VanVleet, Jabari Smith Jr., Tari Eason, and the number 10 pick this year. It's Simmons, and I instinctively go, how is Boston screwing the other team? I mean, Houston's a better team with Jaylen Brown and Jrue Holiday on it. Aren't they right now?
Yes. I don't know that I feel like Boston's getting enough.
That's what's screwing with my head, because it's Simmons bringing it up. But you're right. Now, look, they're getting Fred VanVleet, who isn't the defender anywhere near the defender Jrue Holiday is, but he's going to be he's a great point guard.
I'd go after Thompson.
I think they would trade Şengün before they trade Thompson. I do personally. Jabari Smith Jr. is all about future.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about, he hasn't realized it yet. Tari Eason's a great player, and then you get that top 10 pick. They're trading away a lot of salary.
Yeah.
Trading away almost 100.
I love it for Boston.
I was just surprised to see that from
Think Jabari Smith will be an all-star?
No. If I had to bet, no. But I do think if you told me Jabari Smith was going to be an all-star in 4 years, I wouldn't be like, no way.
Right.
Let's just really quick, before we move on to this, let's just take a quick look. Jabari Smith Jr. stats. Let's just see, Jason. Power forward. He just turned 22 a week ago. And his stats last year, 12 points, 7 boards, 1 assist on splits of 44, 35, 83. It's all about, like, is he going to, I mean, you know, is it out of the ballpark that he adds 8 points and 4 boards a game over the next 4 years to his arsenal. I don't know.
4 boards would be a lot. I mean,
11
rebounds a game's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's averaging 7.5 boards a game for his career, 8.1 last year.
Yeah.
Another one people were asking about. This isn't going to happen, but again, we're having fun. The Kings trade Domantas Sabonis to the Warriors for Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and 2 first-rounders. I think the idea there is that you had Kuminga and Moody in. Those first-round picks are going to be fairly, 20 in the 20s, but then you're committing to Jonas Valanciunas full-time. I don't know. If Sabonis wanted out, maybe you think about that. But here's the other problem: you get a trade to Golden State,
right?
Yeah. Right. For the first time in a very, very long time, Jason Ross, I am sad to report there is no NBA.
I know, but I have a game tonight. We got to wait till tomorrow for the West is actually going to be first tomorrow, then the East on Wednesday,
which is strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a night of either Jeopardy reruns.
Okay.
Or depending on the schedule, we got the kids now. We're 4 episodes into Lost. Taking them through Lost.
How many years? How many seasons?
6, 121 episodes.
Were they found?
Were the people? Or
they were lost.
They were lost. I can't spoil it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't
just come out. You're right.
I can't just come out and I had to have a long talk with my kids too. And I was like, look, I know you're kids of the internet age. I get it. You're going to be tempted. Do not Google.
You didn't watch it when it came out, or
I watched it. I watched it for.
Is it better now or the same?
Oh, it's nowhere near as good as it was. I missed the first, I think, 3 seasons of Lost, and then it got on, I want to say, Netflix, and I finally just binged it with my wife. And by like the end of the first season, I'm like, oh my God. And then it was a much less enjoyable experience after the 3rd season because then I was in real time. So I had to watch commercials. I had to wait a week.
Yeah.
And then I had to wait. The worst part was waiting an entire off season for
summer.
It.
Yeah.
And it was, it's not the best show of all time, but I will say this. I have never been more cliffhangered on both a weekly and yearly basis than watching Lost. It's not even particularly close. You never watched it, huh?
Nope.
Man, that was a phenomenon too. Like people were creating entire websites to try to figure clues out and like do the whole thing. Like the whole thing is just one massive mystery. The ending was whatever. It's fine. 1-800-920-1140. Angels at A's, Royals at Giants, by the way. 1-800-920-1140. You got a pair of tickets if you're the correct caller to see Eric Church at the Golden One Center November 13th. So we're giving you a little bit of notice to put something in your calendar, November 13th. Eric Church is bringing us Free the Machine Tour to Golden One Center November 13th. We got a pair of tickets for you and your friend or your colleague or your husband or your wife or your kid, whoever, to see him live. Looking for lucky caller number 6 to score a pair of tickets at 1-800-920-1140. Crosstalk with Alan coming up next.
Plays here. Left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively the Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hi, Sacramento. It's the No Surprise guys at Bell Brothers Plumbing and Air Conditioning. Is your AC on the fritz? Call Bell Brothers. Looking to replace your old unit with a 0% financing and no payments for 12 months on approved credit? Call Bell Brothers. We're fast, reliable, and respect your time by showing up when we say we will. The price we quote is the price you pay. We are the No Surprise guys. Call today to get a free estimate on a new HVAC system, or simply schedule your $87 AC Precision tune-up to keep your system running smoothly. With more technicians, more trucks, and more experience, we get the job done right the first time. No surprises. Our technicians are all background checked, drug tested, and will leave the work area cleaner than they found it. Don't wait. Call Bell Brothers today or book online at nosurpriseguys.com. That's nosurpriseguys.com.
This Memorial Day, forget the lawn chair. Roll up with horsepower instead, because Toyota's Summer Starts Here sales event is on. So you can gear up, gas up, and go with great deals. Score a low-cost lease on a 2025 Tacoma, or low financing, or an incredible $3,000 cash back on a 2025 Tundra. Plus, check out the all-new 2025 4Runner. Head to Toyota's Summer Starts Here sales event today. Toyota, let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Cashback available through TMNA and cannot be combined with other offers. N6225.
Water. It's more than just a word. It's morning routines, backyard memories, and everything in between. At Roseville Environmental Utilities, we're not just managing water, we're protecting it. Smart planning, conservation, innovation. We make every drop count for today and tomorrow. Let's keep the promise together. Find out how you can help at roseville.ca.us/water promise. Roseville Environmental Utilities. Water. It's not just a word, it's our promise.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
All right. There's the bell. It's Allen time. It's Allen time. It's Allen time. Allen time.
I can't imagine that sounds great.
Probably doesn't. Jason, you were down in Southern California for your birthday and other things over this weekend. You had a great time. I don't know exactly, although I did see pictures of you at a River Cats game, River Catting, which was awesome. But what I want to know, because you promoted it Friday, is how'd the golf turn out?
There were some logistical issues.
Oh, like meaning like you were slicing or...
No, I did not play.
Oh,
yeah, there was an issue, or I shouldn't say an issue. There was, I guess, some confusion with the registration. It's above me.
Oh,
it's above me.
Like you went there and
I didn't go because
they didn't have.
I just had a.
You caught the error
yeah,
in the ways.
Yeah, you know when you just.
Hey, you know what? Better than getting out there.
Yeah,
and then
they would have put you out there, I'm sure, though, if you did. But then you
they
weren't sure.
They would have, but at that point. You know, when I called, we were about an hour out. And
was that Sunday?
That was Sunday.
Where was the location, you know?
It was Lincoln Hills.
I love that course.
Oh, of course.
So wide open. Yeah. So wide open. So forgiving.
I would have won a Kia.
That's a Sun City course. Yeah. Well, that sucks because Saturday night or Saturday evening went out as a twosome, and then Sunday went out as a threesome. Had I known, I would have given you a call.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
I did go to Country in the Park though.
How was it?
How was it?
Great. It was. We got out of there before that.
Okay.
Were
Yeah,
you
we
there
just-
for the big Tom Mley farewell?
Yeah, said what's up to Tom, said what's up to Pat, the whole crew, the tent, the KNCI
You got
tent.
one more. You said hi to Tom, and you said hi to Pat. Who's the rest of the crew?
That's all I saw.
Oh.
That's all I saw. You know, said what's up to everybody working the tent.
What's up, everybody?
Mm-hmm. Chris Watkins was too cool behind
What's
the
up,
stage.
everybody?
What's
Working
up.
the tent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
I got to be honest, man. Honestly, I'm going to be real about this. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Props to them over there.
Go on.
If they were like, all right, you're going to do this show and you got to work all day. You got to do your morning show. Then you're going to work all day and all night Friday. Come in, work all day and all night Saturday. Come in, work all day and all night Sunday. And then back on your morning show.
Oh, that's Sunday.
Yeah, why Sunday?
Oh, I thought it was just 2 days. Okay,
Just.
we get Sunday off. I know, right? I don't know, though. I don't know if I don't know, man. That's
See, what we're doing is only going to be one day.
What are we doing? Is that still a thing? It's like the secret event I don't know about?
Trust me.
Okay. Ooh, trust me.
Just like the event that was supposed to happen Saturday.
Well, I have control of this one.
Do you?
Do you? Do you,
For
though?
now.
Do you?
It's above me.
All right. Well, as long as whatever the event is, we don't have to work Monday.
I won't make you work Monday.
Thank you.
It's like the Super Bowl.
Here's what the rules should be. If you have to work on a Saturday or Sunday here, you shouldn't have to work on a Monday. I think that's the rule. Right?
I get a lot of days off.
Wow, that would have been good for me.
I mean, as a host.
Oh.
I get a lot of days off.
Oh, celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. You know what? Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends. And nothing says family and friends more than Crumble Cookies. Oh my God, I am so hungry. Hey, here's a Crumble Cookie.
Hey, on this date, in what year? I'm sure Chris will get this. Did the movie Roadhouse come out?
Roadhouse. Which one? The Swayze
Good
one?
question.
Or the
Jake Gyllenhaal one?
Yeah.
Sways.
I prefer to call it Conor McGregor one, but I see your point.
You like those people, don't you?
What do you
Those
mean,
people.
those people?
That was on there.
1986.
I never saw Roadhouse until
Oh.
just road trips in baseball. Just the coaches, hey, put it on. Again? Really?
There are people in this world
It's a solid movie.
There are people in this world
I've
that
seen it 10 times.
they've only seen
So he got the throat rip.
Throat rip is great.
What did you say, Dave?
There are
What did
people
you
in this
guess?
world that have only said this, that have only seen the second one and never saw the Swayze version. I said 1986.
Oh, it's 85. No, 87.
I think 86 is right.
I'm
gonna say
either on it
86.
or within a year.
Oh, okay. 2 86s and an 87. Alan is closest. 89.
Told you.
Ooh.
Wow.
Also, Braveheart came out on this day in what year?
Oh, God. Braveheart.
That came out in 1995.
I think he's almost right. It's 94. Braveheart.
92.
92.
We have a correct answer. Goes to Christopher Law, 1995. All right. Happy birthday to Michael Che.
You think he's funny?
Yeah.
I do, but I think he's the funniest when he breaks, which is weird because I usually am. You don't think he's funny?
I go back and forth with him and Colin. I think he's funnier. I think they give Colin funnier jokes. And Colin breaks too much. Can we say that?
No, I was forced down this whole Colin Jost rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Because when he came out and handed Scarlett Johansson flowers at the end, somebody freeze framed it, was like, look at the guns on him. And then someone was like, oh, let me tell you something about this guy. And next thing you know, it's this whole thread of pictures of Colin Jost as like an actual heartthrob and why Scarlett Johansson isn't crazy. And I got to admit,
I never thought she was.
they got a point. He's dreamy. Went to Harvard.
There are way more.
Michael Che is 39.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's 43.
Yeah, you know comedians.
Yeah.
It takes a
You know
while.
what they say about comedians?
It takes a while.
It takes a while.
What did you say?
43.
41.
It's a tie between Alan and Dave. 42 for Michael Che.
So close.
Happy birthday to Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett is 44.
All the smoke.
Some of it.
50.
No.
46.
Chris is closest, 49. Archie Manning.
That's the daddy.
Yeah.
Archie
Manning is 83.
We're never going to be rid of the Manning.
No, he's not. He's 80. He's 80. No, we're never.
82.
83.
Dave's closest, 76.
I told you. What's coming up on the show today? Alan.
Yes, sir.
We're out of time. All right. Alan Stiles is next right here on Sacktown Sports. Bye-bye now.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento